Welcome to episode 2 of the Lifespring Age, the next day. Don't forget to check out Brave Adventurous Kickstarter for his isometric map editor. Link is in the description. Last session, you all met up in the wonderful country/city state of Haven Oral. You met in a bar called the Tears of the Moon, had quite an eventful breakfast, were given a mission to go over to the neighbouring country to the north, which is Yadradan, and head over to a place called the Lupin Vale, which is a prospective kind of like farmland area in a country that traditionally has had a lot of problems in growing sufficient crops. So it's very important to the country that this place stays, kind of floating and keeps going. But on the way there, you were asked to pop in and check out on a house which is just on the Yadradan Haven Oral border. Literally, there's like a lake that separates the two countries. And the house is on the kind of Yadradan side of the shore, kind of near a waterfall that's called Sara Falls. And you've been asked to check it out because apparently it's haunted, and with all the problems of the undead out in the wild, we don't want any of them setting up shop this close to the big city. So you guys were all sent on your way. It took you a surprising amount of time to get out of the city. There's lots of shiny things, lots of distractions.
Yes,
you went through the divey areas of the town, and you finally made your way to a bar called the Kingsmith, or the Kingsmith Inn, which was run by quite a crazy lady whose name I forgot to write down, but I don't think it came up, so it doesn't matter. And she, had a bloody apron and seemed quite put out at the time, but gave you some food, and we ended the session with somebody, I think it was Laffy, nailing a ginger beer and belching very impressively to the amusement of all and sundry. We're going to kind of do a little bit of a time skip to bedtime for the sake of brevity and my sanity, because one of us can't be here tonight. So what happens as you are all enjoying your meals and enjoying your drinks is Kudo, the trash panda dog, with the long sword and the robes, goes to the bar and starts chatting to the barmaid, and you kind of see her get quite animated. Looking quite worried, like wringing her hands and like tugging on her aprons and pointing out and stuff. And after a few minutes of this conversation, he nods quite solemnly and comes over and says, he's got a bloody weird accent, hasn't he? Let me try and do his accent. Wait, bear with me.
You got this, James.
Yeah, I've got this. There is no.
You sound like Davian. You sound like Davian.
No. I'm just trying to get into like the climb every mountain kind of mentality. That's Austrian. Oh my god.
It's not Swiss.
So what we have is there is a creature who is lost out there in the moonlight, and my religion means I must help all travelers in the moon. So the nice lady at the bar has asked me to go and find her horse. If I am not back tomorrow, I will meet you at the house. If I'm not there when you're at the house, I will meet you on the way to Lupin Vale. Do not worry about me. I must obey. And he obeys.
Okay, so you think Tanuki sounds like Davian?
No, I have not got many accents. So I just picked the one. Geographically, I probably would have been better off sticking with my own.
Don't worry, it was entertaining.
Yes, so he's
I'm gonna send that to him.
He's gone out
to
to look for a horse in the moonlight, is what he's done. He doesn't invite any of you to go with him because he is not here tonight to ask you to do so. So you can't go with him.
What if I want to?
Well, you can't, and it also solves the sleeping problem because he was the only male in the group.
That's true.
So we don't have to worry about it now. So now it's a girls' night. Yeah, girls' night. So you know what that means? Makeover and pillow fight. No. So you have 2 rooms between you. How are you split in these rooms?
I'm fine with anyone except I pointed what the hell's your name again? Lou.
Bread. I'm fine with anyone.
Bread and sandwich skin.
Same for me.
No, but Lou, you don't hear that. I say it in their heads.
Oh no.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you pointing at me?
I feel kind of bad, so I'm
What?
like.
Are you saying something about me in their minds? Can I do an insight check?
I'm wearing a mask and I
You're
didn't
wearing a
say
mask,
anything.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
When you pointed towards me.
No, that was my addition. But so it's a very low stakes question, kind of. Who's sleeping in what room with whom?
the question is, who's sleeping with Lou?
So yeah, I mean you've got.
Oh, me and Harold.
Oh, and the rat.
Yeah.
The rat's fine.
Yeah. So we touch on the rat. You've got the rat Harold, haven't you?
Yes.
So what colour is Harold?
Is that-
Is he grey? Is he white? Is he brown?
Harold
or black?
is brown and he's wearing a small, slightly scruffed, red scarf.
Incredible.
Wait,
choices
is
made
he a
for
mouse
me.
or a rat?
He's
Is he
a mouse.
Okay,
Oh,
it's
okay, a mouse. Okay. Okay. So I was imagining a rat, but now I'm
Yeah,
thinking
so
too
so
little.
yeah.
Rats are too big to fit in a pocket,
That's
I
not
think.
true.
No,
I've
mine's
no
Depends
idea
on
how
the-
large.
Depends on the rat.
It depends on the rat in the
depends how
pocket.
feral it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, ladies' pockets, which are
That's true.
ridiculously
Nothing
small.
fits in those. Yeah.
That's true.
I don't even know why you have pockets.
Yeah,
Your fingers don't even
Put
enter
the
there.
thumbs in. Anyway, right. So again, I will ask the question: who's sleeping in what room?
I think I feel bad enough that I'm like, I'll sleep with Lou, that's fine.
Okay. So we
Why
got.
are you saying it with that tone?
No reason. Mm-mm.
That's like...
So does anyone have any nighttime routines? Skincare, prayers, anything like that?
7-step
That they would
Korean
like to-
skincare routine.
Yeah.
Is going to almost religiously check the room for anything out of the ordinary. She's going to triple check the windows
Can you make
at the
me
door.
an investigation check then, please?
Yes.
I actually think Wolf would do the same thing for
Okay.
their room.
Oh wow, 10. Can you make an investigation check? As
Yeah,
well,
I'm
please?
just doing it. Does this have anything to do with Fae Fiends? Fae Fiends are undead.
No. Well, no, it doesn't. So Lou.
Unless.
Oh wow. Okay, so you checking the doors and the windows. What exactly, Lou, is it you're checking for?
If they have locks and if they, well, because I'm a rogue, if they can be easily opened from outside,
Okay, so
particularly the
window.
window.
The windows do have like one of those catch locks. It would be really, even with a 10, this is like all you'd have to do is like wiggle a bit of twig in and turn it. It wouldn't even require a thieves tool check. You could probably do this with like a knife or a dagger or something like that. It would be super easy to get into this window. However, you are on the second floor, and there's not really a lot to stand on. So you kind of look out the window and you're looking at like a 20-foot sheer drop, and you're like, okay.
Also, there isn't any balcony, I assume.
No, there's no balcony. It's not that fancy a place. The
Okay.
door has like one of those, like hooks. Literally, it's just a hook to hold it shut. It doesn't even latch properly. Like it probably will rattle and bang in the night if there's a window open. This is not a secure location. Like, if you're expecting to be attacked, this is not the place you would want to be staying. This is literally just an inn on the road.
The lady also said when we got here that the doors lock, but she has keys to get in.
Yeah, she can get in if she wants to.
Yeah.
Okay, are there any wells in the city, in the town, that I can,
Right, no, so she said basically there aren't any wells because the water would be from the lake, but the lake, if you remember, she said explicitly the water is not safe to drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a bit stagnant.
Yeah, I would say I think the room is safer than a well. Because I know what you're thinking.
Well, you say that now, but nobody is going to look down a well for a person.
If anyone looks in the well, they will see a person.
Why would they look in the well?
Why would you sleep in a well?
Yeah.
It's safer.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so Lee, you find nothing but problems. The window can be easily jimmied. If someone got up there, like they would struggle to do so. Like maybe if they had a rope or something to get in, they could do it. But what would be the point? And the door would not stand up to anything. Like even if you could attach a lock to it, the wood is so thin that you could probably kick it down in a few seconds. It's not. This is just a place for you to close your eyes.
Yeah. Can I stick a dagger in the lock of the window so there's a little bit more protection there?
Oh, make a sleight of hand check, and if you fail it, you may crack the window.
Oh no.
No, you do it. Yeah, you get your dagger in and you just press it in. So like the dagger's like dug into the wood, and it's not doing a lot of damage, but you think, okay, this is gonna not only hold the window in place, but it's gonna stop the handle from being lifted. You do this. Azalea, you're watching this, by the way. Do you have any opinions on it?
Sorry?
Do you have any opinions on what's happening in front of you?
Yeah, it's weird, but I've definitely seen Stranger. I think I'm silently watching, almost to get pointers. This person looks more experienced with the outside world. So I'm like, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. Interesting. Okay.
Same experience, but I look like a homeless person who stole leather armor.
Yeah, that has no reference. I've never seen a homeless person.
Well, you have now.
Now I have, yeah. You're supposed to put your dagger in windows like that. Interesting. Oh.
It's... Sure.
I'm like mimicking it behind you.
Make a mime check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harold, you have slept the entire day. It is time for you to do what I recruited you for.
Oh.
Watch the door, and if somebody comes here, I don't know, bite my ear or something and wake me
You have
up.
a god mouse?
No, it's not a god mouse, it's just a mouse.
The most fearsome
so
of guard dogs.
Harold looks at you, looks at the door, and does that thing that animals do where they turn around 3 times and then just fall asleep.
Oh, this is good.
Immediately,
No,
not even a break in his gait and his movement.
Why do I pay you? Now don't look at me like that. You don't need money. I pay you with food, okay? Why do you think I had the bread loaf? Ungrateful
That's his
bastard.
wages.
Yes.
I pay him in crumbs.
Yeah, literally, yeah, pay peanuts. Okay, so moving on from this unusual situation, across the hallway, and there are 2 rooms in between you that are occupied. The doors are shut. There is a candle burning in one of them. The other one, the door is shut and there's no light coming from it. You hear the soft and gentle sound of someone snoring in that room, and just like normal kind of hallway noises. Across the hallway from the mouse and whatever the hell else was going on in there, in the Cerulean Wolf's room, you've rolled a nat 20 for your investigation check. So kind of the same information, except on your room. When you look out the window, you've seen that these windows are frequently open from the outside. Like whether it's people coming in because the door will be locked at night and people are coming in and getting out, or if people breaking into them for maybe a free night's rest. These windows are, there's like a cat flap. It's in and out all the time. You can't tell what well, I mean, with a roll that high, you can probably tell that the room is repaired. But it's kind of one of those things that what can we do to stop it? Kind of thing. They're not prepared to put bars on the windows. They just can't be asked about it. With that 22, when you notice that the room, people can be in and out of whenever they want. You do a quick look around. You can't see any sign of mass slaughter. You can't see any signs of people climbing in and being ravaged in the night, anything like that. No undue damage to the room, no bloodstains on the floor. The floor is a very basic wooden floor, very creaky wood. This is a very functional room. You do again see that the doors just a hook, but also on top of the door, as you walk through, something that caught your eye is one of the symbols from the Lifespring Alliance, from one of the other houses. Sorry, one of the other teams. In the Midnight Hunt, you would have seen one of the signs marking this as a potential house for safe space, or like a safe house, but it's not been approved yet. So
Okay,
this would be
what's the name of this tavern? Oh,
It's the Kingsmith.
Okay.
But it's kind of like a not like a safe, more of like a dead drop zone. Like you could leave something in here, and then pick it up later because people are in that all the time. But this is potentially a place you could do like a dead letter drop or something like that.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do after seeing all of that, so do these, I'm assuming there's 2 beds, do they have bed frames?
Yeah, it's very basic though. So one of them is literally like a box on the floor. It's like pretty much just literally like it's just a rectangular box in the floor with a mattress in it, and then like a sheet on the mattress and a pillow. The other one is a really rickety looking single bed.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take from my bag. I'm gonna take some like twine or some rope, and I'm gonna tie some of it around the handle of the window, and then tie the other bit to like the bed tightly. So if someone tries to open it like that, it will move. It'll be harder to move, and if it does move, then the bed will get moved, so it'll be alerted. And then once Laffy's in the room, I'll tie some more of that to like at the bottom of the door, almost like a tripwire. So if someone comes in, I'll probably know.
Home Alone style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Laffy. This is the first bedroom you've ever been in that you can remember. And you're seeing somebody tying string to bits of it. You know what a bed is. You don't know how you know what a bed is. You know what it's for, and you know what you're seeing is pretty fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in your little brain box?
So first question, the window.
Yeah.
Is it flat against the wall, or is there like a windowsill? Is it like built into the wall, and there's like a windowsill?
Yeah, it's like a very small windowsill, maybe 3 or 4 inches, but it is built into the wall. The windows are, which will they be southerly facing, away from the lake, kind of back the way you came, but the people in the other room would be north facing towards the lake.
So my question would be, can I see the moon through the window?
Not from here, you can't.
Right, okay. In that case, I would probably just stare at Wolf with a look on my face that says, "What are you doing?"
I turn around. In your head, you hear, "Well, it was just precautions. This place is not very well protected, I must say. Probably have to work on that. Just being safe. You can have the nice bed. I'll have the one on the floor. Well, I said nice bed, but the raised bed."
I don't have any items on me apart from my wand, so I would put my wand down on the bed and then just sit down and look over to Wolf and say, "Why are you so scared that somebody's going to come in?"
Just a precaution I've taken after, sort of my. It's what I do. I'm over-prepare for things that probably won't happen. But better safe than sorry, I would say.
Has anybody ever broken in while you've been asleep before?
Once at my place, it doesn't matter. They were just drunk and reckless, but they were dealt with. I didn't kill them. Be very specific, I did kill them, but they were dealt with in the proper fashion.
Okay.
And I sort of awkwardly look around and then it's very weird. I grab like a normal mask from my backpack, like a medical mask almost, slightly like a cotton
N95.
sort of something nicer. What?
Like an N95 mask.
Just like something more comfortable than my metallic wolf one.
I was expecting you to say like Cerulean Wolf pulls out what is clearly like a sleeping mask with like covers her eyes as well.
No, the eyes are not covered. Then I sort of like awkwardly stand in the corner and just swap it out and go sit on the bed and take off various bits of armor and stuff, and you notice that sort of I have like this black sort of cloak around me. I take it off and you see that like holstered to my back there are 2 hand crossbows and a full-on like scimitar hidden. that I just sort of put, to the side of me as I, sort of begin to lie down.
Okay. So you all go to bed. So how I'm ruling it, you can't get a full good night's sleep if you are wearing your armor and stuff. And these are normal beds. So I'm assuming you get into whatever approximation of nighttime where you have on you, if you have any. It's like a relatively warm place. There's a fire like roaring in a oven down below, like an Arga that's heating the rest of the building. It's not cold. It's like a reasonably nice temperature. The rooms are a little bit stuffy. Maybe could do with being cleaned a little bit dusty on the bed sheets, but nothing, nothing horrible. Like no horror stories in there. And so one by one, eventually you start drifting off, and whoever would be the last to sleep, it doesn't, for the sake of this point, matter. You would have heard, other people going into various rooms, people waking up, brushing the teeth, having a glass of water, stumbling over, getting into bed, just normal, annoying hotel noises.
I will say before I go to sleep, so I think I would maybe be the last one up because I'm waiting until Lou's asleep, because I absolutely do not want anyone seeing this. And then crawl down to the floor at the foot of the bed, pull out a candle that is very clearly homemade and quite shoddy, but is marbled through with red, which would be my blood. And I'm gonna light it, hold my hand over it until it just starts burning, and the smoke that comes out of that forms into another dead witch. And this is my commune with spirits feature, and I'm sort of meditating with her while she teaches me how to be more persuasive.
Okay,
that's scary.
Nice.
He's
he's actually gaining proficiency in persuasion.
Yes. She's just this is how you convince people.
Yeah,
guarantee.
You've got to go into a goal. You've got to go in with the what you want. You've got to be very clear on the outcomes.
Okay.
You got to you can't take no for an answer. ABCs always be closing.
All right, lots of confidence. That it sounds like.
Sell me this pen, benefit. Yeah, confidence.
You're in an elevator. How do you sell this?
Just imagine they're you go, girl.
Yeah. Live, laugh, love, girl boss.
Girl boss, gatekeep, gaslight, all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you do that and then you go to bed. You kind of repeating those mantras over in your head. Yeah. Okay. Tomorrow's going to be the day I make the big sale. So the smell of slightly scorched skin kind of wafts slightly through the building, but everyone's asleep. So
I'm going to say that I would have, similarly to Azalea, waited till Laffy was asleep. I'm not going to do anything, but I would. No, I'm not going to do anything weird. But I'm just lying there, sort of with my eyes mostly shut, but just sort of listening and watching, and probably do that for a good. A long enough time where a short enough time where I can still get a long rest, but just listening, sort of just keeping fake guard.
Almost. You probably hear me talking with this person.
I have to ask, where is Jakeen in all this?
Who?
Jakeen.
Weird butterfly.
Oh yeah. We'll come to that in a minute. Don't you worry.
Okay.
So So as you are drifting off to sleep, or rather, as Laffy drifts off to sleep, and a few minutes later, you kind of think someone's making bacon sandwiches. Oh, it smells good.
Oh no.
But I'm hungry. Okay, it's gone now. Whatever. I can hear someone muttering. Doesn't matter. You hang on for a bit longer, and you think your eyes start going, and you do hear Laffy sleeping, muttering and not quite tossing and turning. That it's far more energetic than what's actually happening. It's kind of more that she's moving, almost like she's sleepwalking, but still in bed. So her legs are very slowly cycling, like she's walking, like she's doing, and every so often a hand will go out quite slow, like she's trying to brush something out of her face. But yeah, you it's just normal sleep movements, just a little bit more animated than perhaps you'd seen before. I think if you've ever been out sleeping with other people in random hotel rooms, they've been quite quiet. They've been there for a reason. It's been quite quiet. So after a few hours, you start to get a bit, and you sleep again. You fall asleep. So as you drift asleep, that smell really stuck with you. and you remember it, like, you're not remembering, you have this really horrifically vivid dream where that smell is pervasive all throughout, all throughout the dream. That's all you can smell is this waft of scorched flesh, and you kind of in your dream you turn around and everything's kind of like that weird non-color of dreams, and you just see all these people. You hear the sound of marching as they're heading towards them, and this smell of kind of heated meat is replaced by the smell of rotting meat. Oh, I smashed a cup. And you walk forward, and all of a sudden there's this absolute bastion. It's I know the word for it. It's this huge building. It looks like it's been wrought of the very iron of the bones of the earth. It's just jotted out. It's angular. It's grasping to the sky, and it's blocking out the sun. There's this huge armies walking towards it, and there are these 7 figures at the top of this bastion and looking down. And then it just kind of like as a dream, it just kind of repeats, and you turn around and see it. And you've had this dream hundreds of times before. It's a dream. You're not every night, but you've had this dream many times. But there's this anticipation, and there's this almost feeling of a next step. But it just carries on in that kind of weird logic dreams do, where it feels like it takes a few minutes, but in actuality it's hours. And that's Cerulean Wolf's whole night. But Laffy, I get the impression that when I don't know, how quickly would you fall asleep?
Quite immediately.
Yeah. That
Head hits the pillow.
Yeah, like some clicks of lightning, you're out. You
I'd
have
love
the
that
same
power.
thing, and you kind of like yesterday when you but just before you woke up, you're kind of in this greyish nothing, and you're kind of floating around in it. It's all chilled, and then the grey light seems to condense in front of you into the shape of this butterfly again. The butterfly you followed out of the woods, and it's flapping in front of you, and you can hear it in your head. It's whispering, and it's like, "You have learnt already today. You can protect yourself. Remember, you have this magic that can protect you. Remember the shape she made with her hands, and you can channel your magic to protect yourself. But stay with these people. They will help you as you learn." And like in your dreams, you're practicing these movements that druid you saw in the streets was doing, and she made fire out of her hands. And you're doing that, and it kind of like coalesces in your brain. Holy shit, I could already do this. This is like riding a bike. How did I forget that I could make actual fire out of my actual hands? This is crazy, yo. And so in your dream, you're practicing it, and you kind of realize that you have this power that you didn't remember you had. Where it's come from, you have no idea. But you have this connection to this earthly power, this elemental force that you can channel through you or through the wand. I don't know, maybe something to explore tomorrow. But for the rest of you, the night goes, rather uneventfully. Lou, I don't know if you are if you have a particularly good night's sleep. I think this is the first night where you've been comfortable, and weirdly that kind of brings home how uncomfortable and alien things are to you. This is the first night where you slept in a proper bed in a stationary place since you left your sister. So how's that for you?
Lou is like having a few nightmares of the things she has done and experienced, and is not going to have a good night's rest, like at all.
Okay. So yes, I would imagine she tosses and turns. Do your thoughts go back home? Do they travel back to where, where you've left?
Yeah, she's going to remember her sisters, her face, her features, her habits, like the small rituals she would do before bed, which is basically amounting to throw a glass of water in Lou's face and then run as fast as possible.
Okay. So I think really the only person who has the relatively restful sleep then would be Azalea. The only problem you have is just the pain in your hand. But when you wake up, there's not a mark there. I mean, you would have blistered your skin, but the pain's still there, but there's no mark. There's no lingering effect. There, no blisters, no redness.
Yeah.
Your hand is as it always is when you wake up. It's just you know it like the back of your hand. There's no change.
It's like weirdly comforting, but because I'm comforted by it, I'm really disturbed.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but like a glass sheet dropped from a top of a building, morning breaks, and light shines through into the various rooms, bright, clean. The moon didn't really make much of an appearance last night, though it was waning the night before, so you wouldn't have really wouldn't have expected to see much of it anyway. Light shines through. It's early morning. Who in the party is an early riser?
Definitely, yes.
You. Okay, so the two night owls.
Oh yeah, we don't sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just getting by on coffee.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the pair of you wake up early. Not quite dawn. I won't say dawn, but these curtains are nothing more than just bits of cotton hanging from sticks. They do not stop the light at all, and now you can smell like the smell of the lake quite distinctly. The wind seems to have shifted, and there's that smell of like slightly stagnant water that's wafting through. You can see why many people perhaps choose not to stay here. It's not the best smell in the morning. And if you remember correctly, you don't get a breakfast.
Ah, the smell of nature.
The smell of nature.
But does anyone have any things that reset on a long rest, like picking spells? Or I know you had your proficiencies, I know Lou got her proficiencies, and our druid can pick her spells. But as you wake up in the morning and you have that kind of lucid 5 minutes in bed, as your eyes just kind of like, oh my god, I survived the night, this is horrible kind of feeling. What are what do you do? Do you to make those decisions for the day?
I got nothing, so I just get up.
I just put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Listen, I just grab my sword and start. I do like a little bit of a workout.
Okay.
Nothing.
In the room
nothing
with
major.
Laffy while she's asleep.
Quietly. It's not. You don't have to be. You don't have to be
Burpees
loud.
next
Worst roommate.
No, not like burpees. Just like a couple sit-ups and a couple push-ups. Like nothing like crazy.
I would hate to share a room with her. There's nothing more that I hate than like a person who's really active and loves it.
Oh no, she doesn't. She doesn't. No, trust me, she doesn't love it. She just has to do it.
Okay. Right, so she does her 10 sit-ups and 10
Yeah,
push-ups.
literally, it's probably like just that. That's not much.
A little bit of morning yoga.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Oh
okay.
yeah,
Get myself a
Downward
little
facing
bit.
Brazilian's
dog.
doing a little bit of yoga as well.
Okay, so you're having the sunrise yoga session outside?
Yes,
It is.
definitely outside. Yeah, doing
Yeah.
sun salutations.
Yeah.
Yes,
Breathe
outside.
There is.
Inhale the morning and exhale the
Yeah,
night.
I wake up
Inhale
early
into
thinking, oh yeah, no one else will be
Really
up,
good
and I go
places.
outside. I go outside and you're just waiting for some reason. I'm so,
I've got like a little straw mat laid
So
out.
does. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. So you have this nice moment of like I did stretch the metaphor slightly, but morning stretches are not unheard of, and the sun is beating down. It looks to be a fine day. One thing that is missing from this fine day though is food and fresh water. Whilst the other two are perhaps waking up, perhaps still asleep.
Are there any like forests or anything nearby?
There are like woodland areas. There are no traditional forests.
I mean,
This is-
there should be breakfast, it's just not free, right?
I mean, like you haven't heard any noises from the kitchen.
Okay, never mind. I've probably know of a shop nearby or something.
Well, do you like berries and roots?
I mean, I've got like a snack bar.
Okay.
If you want one.
I mean, I think I could maybe get us some snacks at least.
Well, sure, I can probably
Yeah,
help.
that'd be great.
I'm decent in, outdoors and finding stuff.
Yeah, I think it would be great to maybe have some chicory root or something for breakfast. We could boil it down and make some like chicory tea.
Well, we shouldn't spend too long on anything, because we should be doing stuff as quick as
It
possible.
is like almost dawn and the others aren't up yet.
Well, yes, I know, but they'll have to probably make it fresh. You wouldn't want it to be cold for them, I'm assuming.
The smell might wake them up.
I don't think so. It's like 5 in the morning.
No, I'd say, yeah, 5 in the morning seems accurate. How long would you let your roommate sleep?
Oh,
Probably
I'm not
like
waking nobody up.
7:30. Like 7:30 at the latest.
So how are you filling those 2.5 hours then? Because like
Probably.
stretching will take about half an hour.
Yeah,
tops.
but that's like 6,
Berry
and then we
hunting.
go and find stuff, I guess.
Okay, so this isn't like this isn't the wilds by any means. I'm trying to think of a better way to describe it.
Well, is that like?
other
Is
than-
that like? It's like sort of like.
But like suburbs
really?
still have like blackberries and things like that.
There should be
Yeah,
like bushes and stuff like
Suburbs.
around.
It's
I'm
like
assuming.
the really awful bit of suburbs just before like the farmland starts, you know, near the motorways. Like where
Oh, like the
there's just,
trash
like, crap
areas.
house-
Yeah.
Yeah, trash areas. This is like trash area.
Luton.
There is stuff, but there's just nothing. Like there are shops back where you've come from. Like you could go back if you want.
I mean, how far away?
I mean, you know, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, like light walk. You could get to like a general store. But then presumably this place has deliveries. You are up really early, like 7:30
Yeah.
is ungodly as far as
No, 5. I said.
Yeah,
5.
5 o'clock in the morning is.
Yeah,
if you're up
it
at 5
is.
o'clock in the morning out of choice, there's something significantly
Agreed.
wrong with you.
We're playing D&D, of course. Of course, there's something wrong with us. But I mean, we find what we can. If not, I'll just give you a snack bar, like a breakfast bar.
What about the others?
I have a few of them, but
Well, I don't want to put you out.
I mean, there will be shops before we properly head into the wilds. We can stock up, and they gave us a lot of stuff before we left, as long as you took it, right?
Yes.
We'll stock up before we leave.
As about 7 in the morning rolls around, you hear some like activity, and the woman who was manning the bar, or operating the bar rather, if we're being politically correct rather, she comes downstairs and she sees you up and about and goes, "Oh, usually I'm the first one to rise here. I mentioned yesterday we don't have breakfast, but please feel free to use the facilities. If you'd like to purchase something, or if you want us to pack something for you that you brought in yourself, we just don't have a formal breakfast menu. I'm going to make myself some toast."
Would you like some, Azalea?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. That'd be great. I feel like we could have caught a
Yeah,
pigeon or something. And we would have been able to cook it.
I mean, probably, but pigeons are dirty.
What do you mean?
I've
never seen a street pigeon before. They're all forest pigeons.
Just like a few bits of 2 or 3 bits of toast, please.
Oh, okay, so just 5 copper then, please.
I give her.
Oh no,
Yeah, I
you
give her 5
paid
copper.
yesterday.
I give her
You paid
7
yesterday.
copper. No, I give her 7 copper. I just put a hand out to you, just to stop you. I hand her 7 copper.
Okay, yeah. So if you have anything else, it'll be out in a few minutes. To say I'm usually the first up. I'll tell you what I'll do, because you've given that out. What I'll do is I'll put a pot of coffee on, and I'll leave it out. And if you want it, help yourself. What I would say though, as I say, do not drink the water around here until you get up past the falls. For whatever reason, something happens at the bottom of the falls, and it just churns up mud into the lake all the time. It's not safe to drink. It's rancid. Just don't wash it. Try not to touch it. In fact, if you can. It stinks. So, and we do have people who've drank it and got quite ill. So just a warning. But I'll put a pot of coffee on, and I'll leave it out, or I'll do some boiled water, which will be safe. You can have tea, coffee, whatever, and then get your friends, because checkout is in about 2 hours.
I whisper over.
So much.
I heard you can get dysentery from that.
I in your head. Well, yes, that's the sort of the thing from dirty
Oh right,
water.
that's why.
Yeah. Dysentery is not even the worst of it.
What else?
Dysentery is like entry level. Yeah, there's something around here. I don't know what the official term is, but we call it the power squirts.
Oh no! I hesitate to ask, but what's that?
If you want to, if you imagine what dysentery is, which is effectively like, very, 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 very bad diarrhea. The power squid is, imagine your body was a tube of toothpaste and someone just squeezed it all the way down. Yes. And it just leaves husks. My poor husband, bless him, had it before he died, and he was never the same again.
Oh, I don't know if I want breakfast anymore. Thanks. Oh.
No, he died a long time ago. But honestly, he what happened was he was out on the lake, and this was just before it got really bad. He was out on the lake trying to get in something that had sank, and he brought it back in, and just some water got on the back of his hand, and he wiped his mouth, a little bit of water, and honestly, he counted every single knot in the wood on the back of the bathroom door.
Oh. Yep.
Thank you for that. I'd love some coffee.
Right, yeah, here's the coffee. Yeah. Double eggs?
No, I'm fine.
I took purify food and drink.
Yeah.
So she disappears, toddles off. Because, by the way, as well, I forgot to mention, your friend went out last night looking for my horse. They've not come back yet. Which way are you headed so I can send him after you? Because he mentioned he may be a day.
We are heading to, what's the house called?
You weren't given a name, but you can describe where it is.
We're heading to that house that
the creepy one.
described.
Yes. The creepy. Oh, yes, I've heard. Yes.
And then, if we're not there, further on towards the Lupin Vale in Yadradan.
Ah, okay. Well, so the house you're going to is the old alchemist house, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
So the rumor was, believe it or not, and you other two guys could have woken up and come downstairs at any point, by the way. The rumor was that he'd actually made a philosopher's stone.
What's that?
Would I know what a philosopher's stone is?
Well, the philosopher's stone is a transmogrificational device.
Transmography is a really big word.
Yeah, it really is. Where it changes one thing into gold. So you take this philosopher's stone, touch it to, I don't know, lead or iron, something like that, and convert it into gold.
Wow.
That was the rumor.
Why would you want to make gold?
Yeah.
Well, because
it's the money.
Yes, the money.
Yeah.
And gold is used in a lot of spells.
Yeah, and also the rumor was the idea was to be able to change it into change one thing into another item just completely. So and permanently as well. So say if you had, I don't know, she just reaches down, she picks up. Say you've got this cloth. This is made out of wool. It's a wool cloth. It's not very good at all. But say if I wanted this to be made out of crystals, diamonds, he could have done that. He could have made a diamond cloth, which, if anything, would have been even less useful than a wool one.
You can't clean with that.
But but I could sell it. But you could also say turn a living creature into stone, or turn stone into a living creature. Things like that. The possibilities, I was assured, were endless. But that was many years ago. That was when I was but a young girl.
Would I know anything more about philosopher's stone, like creation methods and whatever?
Do you make an Arcana check?
If anything's an undead?
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna always ask. 17.
You would know that it's like the pinnacle of what would be the magical school?
Transmutation?
Yeah, transmutation. It would be like the hardest thing you could do. It would be like a wizard's entire life to try and do that.
It'd be like I probably heard like a transmuter stone that transmutation wizards have. It's like the top sort of.
Yeah, it's huge. And if you had one, like, not only could you potentially be the richest person in the world, but if you made one, like,
you'd be like the smartest person in the world.
Really smart. Yeah. But yeah, that was the rumor. But it's a long time ago since we've.
How many years was that?
What year is it now? It must be
2023.
20, 30, at least 12 years, maybe 15. I can't remember. It's been a long. When you don't think about it, he wasn't a regular customer, and he became less and less.
Do you know anything more about the alchemist?
I can't even remember his name. No, I can't even remember his name.
Okay.
He just kind of stopped turning up slowly, and then his house fell into disrepair, and then in the last couple of months, there's been all those weird noises, flashing lights, maybe the last year or so.
Well, that's where we're heading, so we'll see what happens.
Good
Is
luck.
there wait?
If
Is
there
there
is a
really
ghost,
a ghost?
well, that's the prevailing myth.
Have you never seen a ghost?
No, I don't travel very far. If I do, it's into the city, and there's everything around here is hallowed, so we don't need to worry about ghosts here.
Hello.
Yeah,
Some
so
places
why
should
that
be
goes.
hallowed. Hmm.
It's a powerful, semi-powerful ritual that stops undead and similar.
Yeah, so every so often, a nice cleric comes through from the city and casts a spell here, and he says that we should not have to worry about undead. And this close to the walls, we don't know that there are further people out there in the wilds, or out there in the out there in the scrubs where it is a real problem, but not really here.
They can be a real problem. They are quick sometimes and more intelligent than people give them credit for.
But yeah, that's I say I've been here my whole life, but I've never really been up the hill. Believe it or not, there's not really much there for me. The view's not much. So no. And all the rumours, the alchemist himself was. I don't remember him very well. He was one of the nicest of people. He was quite abrupt. Just came in for a drink every now and then maybe a bite to eat.
I hope he's still alive.
Well, I think I should probably.
So many questions.
He's probably not still alive.
But maybe he's the ghost?
But he could be the ghost, but we could also. I know a few clerics, and they could probably speak with him. If we find a body, they could probably speak with him.
So, Laffy and Lou, are you waking up?
I was gonna say if they went up an hour, I would have gone upstairs to start waking up.
Yes, we're waking up. Well, I am at least.
I am still not awake.
Flat out.
Yeah.
I will
Okay.
definitely go up then.
Yeah. So, are you a heavy sleeper?
So at the minute, that like grey sort of like cloudy feeling when I'm dreaming, I'm gonna assume that it's like an out of body experience.
Okay.
And it's kind of like I feel like I'm swimming through like really thick water. So like maybe like it's like swimming through mud. And I'm trying to find my way back.
Okay.
Laffy! Laffy!
Yeah, at this point, she's really kicking, like, really thrashing in the sheets.
Yeah, I will like take the sheets off and like I don't know how it would work, but obviously in your head you hear my voice directly saying your name.
Yeah, so I would move towards the sound of your voice.
Yeah, it's like a lighthouse in this grey fog. This like booming, not booming, that's not the right word, but very clear like bell of a sound that as you kind of hear it, the fog kind of dissipates and you're able to kind of lock in on it and like very quickly figure out where it's coming from. And like as you do that, your eyes just peel open slightly, and she's there. Like I don't know how close you would get, but if you
I would like be like lightly like shaking her leg or something, so pretty close. But
leg,
arm, I don't know, leg, whatever.
Oh, why go for the leg?
I don't know. It's the first thing that came into my mind.
Okay, so
then body. What do you want from me?
Yeah, this woman you met yesterday is manfully shaking your leg, and to wake you up, and you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, you are fully rested. And there is coffee on the pot.
Oh no.
So
coffee again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah. So all of you awake, and you and Lou both can choose things for your day. Lou gets to choose her proficiencies, and you get to choose your spells. So not your cantrips, your leveled spells. You get to pick them every day. So we'll go to Lou first. Lou, what proficiencies are you changing or picking today, if any? And why and how?
Going to take out the Book of William. is she's going to open it at the last page, and she's going to do the incantation while holding her dagger, and a spirit is going to be drawn to the dagger and whisper her arcane knowledge, changing out the last one, which whispered knowledge about how to work glass.
So you're
I have no idea why I
learning-
choose.
you picking glassworking, or are you forgetting glassworking?
I had glassworking. I'm
Okay.
now changing that up for Arcana.
Okay, right. Okay.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Okay, now that makes sense. Okay, so you do that. Is there anything physical that, like, a physical change that comes over Lou when she does this? Anything that would indicate to the people what you're doing?
The dagger she's doing this with is the dagger she first got from William, and the black, like, cracked pattern on it is going to change for another one. Like, it's not going to be very noticeable because, you know, small cracks.
Mhm.
But if you look closely enough, you might notice the difference.
Okay, interesting. And for Bun, for Laffy rather, is there what spells are you taking for today?
So I'm gonna keep Animal Friendship and Cure Wounds, but I'm gonna swap Healing Spirit for Moonbeam.
Okay, I think you should have 2 other spells as well. You should have more than 3.
Oh.
You get about 5 or 6.
Yeah, you get 5 or 6.
Chase cantrips as well, or only level
Yeah,
spells?
you cantrips only change at ASI level, but unless you're a wizard, but you get a spell for every level plus 2 or 3 you start with, and I can't remember what that number is. I'm sure I could find out if I'd be asked. Hang on, let me tell you.
It should be like at the top of your spell, like pick list. There should be like
Something of
something
how
out
many
of
know.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it would be, but
Maybe I'm just blind.
Let me have a look. You should have at 3rd level.
yeah, so you could go into the character
I
sheet.
could just go to the character sheet, yeah. Let me have a look. Characters.
I would
Oh,
show,
God,
but I
this
don't
is
have any spells.
Oh, I'm not even in characters. You're in bloody. Jesus, I'm so tired today. I went for like a 2-hour swim today.
Jesus.
My body's in open rebellion. Right, Luna. There you go. Right, Laffy. Okay. And my shoulder's still absolutely bollocks. I've got like no strength in my left arm whatsoever.
Oh,
Right,
so I think do I have 4 2nd level spells?
So you known spells, you have 1 out of 2 cantrips known, and 4 out of 5 spells known. So if you pick another cantrip, so you've got Druidcraft that allows you to, like, have, you know, let flowers bloom, and you can pick an offensive spell as well. You don't have to choose now, but you also have 1 other spell. So you've got Gust of Wind known as well, and Moonbeam that I can see. So you can pick 1 other spell, and I would recommend something from 1st level because you have more slots from that than 2nd.
Right.
But you don't have to pick right now, because in a minute we're going to have a little break, but not just yet. So we're going to continue on for the moment as you all gather your stuff today. How long would you wait for Kudo? I mean, knowing that he's not going to be here for the session, but not knowing that in character, how long would you wait?
Well, he said he'd meet us, so I would say we've all eaten. We take like, you know, like if it gets like 8 or something, 8:30, we just leave. I would say.
Okay. So you all pack up, ready to go. Is there anything you are leaving behind, or anything you do before you leave, or are you just marching out?
Make sure to go to the toilet before we leave. Then
I don't go to the toilet before I leave.
I'm not leaving anything. I'm bringing everything.
yeah, I'm not leaving anything. That seems.
I don't
I'm like
have anything to leave.
longingly looking at a couple of
You want to
empty
leave
vials,
stuff.
but not doing anything about it because there's people.
Yeah. Well, there's you know there's those religious pamphlets. you
Yes,
picked up.
I'm gonna
You can
read
leave them.
those.
Baja Blast.
Yeah. So, you know, as you're having your breakfast, you're flicking through. There's no newspapers. There's nothing like that. There's no town crier or leaflets going. There's not even a jobs board, which is quite unusual. This is not a very well frequented inn. It's very much, you know, like a place, like the equivalent of a place that truckers would stop. They literally, it's just used to like sleep and maybe just scarf some food down, and then you're hitting the road again. And it is not the nicest place in the world. But the lady there was friendly enough, and she sends you on your way with coffee in you, and she says, well, if you're going up to the top of the falls, there are a handful of dwellings there, mainly kind of failing farms. But there is a general store, I believe, around the other side of the lake. Kind of on your way there. It's going to take you a good few hours to get there, but I think you do pass a general store. So if you are looking for anything specific, you want to buy anything, that would be the place to do it. And she kind of gives you directions.
I was going to ask, would it be possible for Laffy to make a satchel from like natural fibers?
Yes, if you find some.
Since I can like make stuff with Druidcraft, would I be able to make like a little...
Right. Oh, so you want to like encourage the flowers to bloom and then weave them together?
Yeah, make like a little carry bag.
Yeah, you can do that. It will take you a little while.
Do any of us see this?
Morning.
Where are you doing it?
I'd say as we're like walking, if we're walking through like a wooded area, I could probably like find little not twigs, but like
Like vines and roots.
Then absolutely. If I see this, then I'm absolutely helping.
Oh my god, yes.
I'm like these straws, these rushes. If you weave them together, they can make a really strong structure.
Thank you.
Okay.
So work really well as bandages.
Oh.
Good to know.
So yeah, these reeds. So are you making like a basket or like a the only word I can think of is bag for life.
And
Well,
we're gonna find red dye to paint on the word Tesco. Yeah.
I was thinking like an over-the-shoulder, like
a satchel.
Like the size of a purse, but just something that can like sit on my hip. I can just put things in.
Like on the waist instead of on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Like a bum bag.
The bum bag,
yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say you definitely, as you're walking, you see stuff to do that with. It will slow you down a little bit to pick it all up, and you will have to, it's not something you can do easily, but when Azalea sees you do it and she starts helping, it becomes something you can do whilst you're travelling, but it's you can't march and do it. It's very much like a shuffle along, stop, do a fiddly bit, carry on kind of thing.
I know this is annoying.
After like 4 times of them stopping and me having to hurry them up, I say, you can do that when we're resting, but I think we should probably do this first.
What if she needs to collect stuff on the way?
I have a bag. We could just put stuff in there for now.
There are some really nice stones.
Oh, Jesus. She's like a child on a beach.
If I see any fun class,
listen, I'm new, okay? You have to treat me like a child. I'm new.
Oh, don't worry, I can tell.
So the day is not getting old, but the morning is stretching out. Let's say it is 2 hours later, about 11, like 10:30, 11ish, as you've been walking along this stagnant lake, and towards the stagnant lake. It's taking you about an hour to get to the edge of the lake, and Haven Orel is now fully behind you, and you know that as you go round this lake, you are going to be leaving this country and entering the new one, the giant country Yadradan. For many of you, this is the first time you will have been here. For one of you, it's going home, and so you kind of hook around this very stagnant lake. The lake feeds a couple of other rivers. It's a kind of unusual basin that looks like it fills up and then drains out into some regular rivers. This waterfall you can see from across the lake is huge. It's like one of the biggest waterfalls that people know about. It's absolutely massive in terms of its width. Water just piles down and doofs into the lake, but the lake is incredibly flat, yet the rivers that run out of it look to be clean. It's very unusual, but in a world where magic is so rife, it's not that unusual to have unique geographical features. There's a rumor going around somewhere that there's a river that changes course every single day. It runs from south to north one day and then north to south the next. And people that's the far west of the country, but that's a rumor. So these kind of unusual geographical magical locations aren't super unique, but this one is just more impressive, if anything, for its size. The lake is at least 3 or 4 miles. There's not much activity you can see on there. There's a handful of boats, kind of hugging the sides of there, and then across the lake, which is about 2 miles away, you can make out the cliffs and the hills that start making up the edge of the mountainous region where the waterfall comes from. And the waterfall itself isn't super high. It's probably like 100-foot waterfall, and as it broils into the main lake. But there are like caves and like divots and unusual features to the rocks that you can start making out from about 2 miles away. But the main feature is the smell. There's a real pervasive smell of like rotting seaweed and fish.
Nice. I would say, how close do we get to the lake? Like as we're walking?
Probably within about like a stone's throw of it. You're not worried about like falling into it or anything like that. But at some points the path does get kind of boggy.
I would just say to everyone with a very intense like stare, saying, "Do not go in the lake."
Oh yeah, it does not look appealing.
Oh, yeah,
I know, but I'm working with children here, so.
Yeah. I mean, even the reeds and stuff that Laffy was collecting are inland. In the lake itself, it's kind of this. It's got like a grey scummy film on top. It looked really unpleasant. And like at the beach, if you ever on a beach and there's like a sewer vent nearby, and you get that kind of like froth on top of the water. There's stuff like that, and it just does not look nice. Like you can't believe that anyone in the right mind would even consider drinking this water.
Is there any fun algae?
Okay, that makes my job easier.
Not that you can see. You'd have to go like closer to the water, but this grey film on top of it is really making it difficult to see what's going on underneath it. But I mean, it's really flat. Like you can't even see waves in it. It's kind of like pouring water into jelly. Like there's no, there's displacement. But this, whatever it is on top of it, is really sticking about.
Nasty. No, I think I'll give that one a miss.
Okay. So you carry on round, and as you get to where the border is, and most of the time the borders are quite well guarded, except this particular part isn't, because it's guarded closer into the city of Haven Orel. And you head in towards it, and you literally can just stroll over it. It's like a sign like "Welcome to Yadradan" kind of thing. Please visit us again soon, that kind of stuff. You just passed over the border of Yadradan and Haven Orel, which is it's less of a place, more of a state of mind. The smell is like the winds coming from the north down from the mountains and pushing the smell kind of past you, but like as the further north you get and the further northwest you get, the easier this smell's going to get to deal with, because it's going to be blowing south over the city. So hopefully in the next 45 minutes it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but at the minute it's really cloying. It's bordering on flat out disgusting, to be honest. Any of you particularly like I don't want to say nasal, because that's not the right word, nosmic people who really are evocative with smells?
Nope.
I assume Lou got desensitized to that a long time ago.
Yeah, okay.
I think for certain smells, yes. For nature smells, absolutely not.
Oh, because we're saying this is a natural smell. Like, it is the smell of natural things, but like put together in an unnatural way. Like, there's definitely something not quite right about this lake. You don't know what it is. It's not a magical thing. It could be the fact that the soil's been churned up, like the barmaid says, but it doesn't really account for the continuation of the smell. Maybe the water's been sat there for ages. Maybe there's like currents underneath, which is and like the top layer of the water's all polluted. But it's gross. It's just really not nice. But you know,
like nachos with normal cheese.
What?
Sorry?
Oh,
What?
never.
I just heard you say normal cheese. I was like,
Yeah, that's all I got from it.
Yeah, like like nachos with normal cheese, like the thing you put on bread.
Oh.
Nachos with normal cheese, that's fine. If you melt it. If you melt like cheddar on nachos, it's really good.
I just realized how stupid it was. And then I had to explain myself, like, oh no.
Oh no, I'm an idiot. It's like, what? No,
I'm an idiot, I need to explain myself.
It's no, so there's like, it's whatever it is, it's not cool. It's like, what this place really needs is a high-level druid to come around and fix it. That's what this place needs. But none of you guys are high-level druids, so let's not worry about it. And maybe it's a place you can come back to. Maybe
Be back in 1 sec, sorry.
I look at Laffy expectantly.
Yeah, yeah. You can come back when you're a bit more powerful and you can purify this water or like find out what's causing it. But the minute it's just a bit grim. So you're heading through, you're walking up the path, and to your left, so the lake's on your right. It's flat, and you can see the waterfall to your kind of like, you're like 2 o'clock or 2:30 kind of in that direction. And you're walking around the lake. The path has gone from being like cobbled to now just being a dirt path, and it starts to go upwards and around the lake. So eventually you'll be coming away from this smell, and you start seeing these small dwellings, and you remember that in one of these is a general store if you would like to go into it.
How far away are we from the house?
You'd still think, at least an hour. You think you can get there for just after lunch? Like,
Okay,
maybe like two. Like, you've not been making the best time. Let's say, like, you definitely think you could see it. You think you can identify it. You think you'll be there in 2, 3, maybe 4 hours at the worst. 4 hours.
Okay, so I think we should go to the store. Yeah, pick up some supplies because I think it will be a long journey to Lupinvale.
He looks pointedly at you all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saying I don't have any money.
Insight check. Are you lying to me? Dude, I feel like you must have money.
It's okay. I don't mind scraping something together.
Excellent. I knew I liked you for something.
I want to know. I didn't say it as a joke. Are you lying to me?
I need to roll for deception now, or
Probably.
If you want,
only if you're lying to me.
Okay. I don't prefer it when you're doing player against player stuff to do it actually in RP rather than say I'm gonna roll deception. If you can yeah, but it's up to you if you want.
It's me that you're like.
Okay, you might be confused on the pouch on my hip. That's not money; those are marbles.
Oh, are you any good at marbles?
It is Lou Marble Cut.
To be honest, when you stuffed a whole loaf of bread in your bag, I kind of assumed you'd lost your marbles.
I haven't eaten in a week.
Well, you ate a lot yesterday.
Yes. And I also got a lot of foods from... don't worry about it.
Yes, we will go to the general store.
Okay.
Yeah.
You walk around this path and you're able to
Fantasy Tesco.
No, it's not. It's a bit of a rundown. It's like there's a building with a stable attached to it and like what looks like a little bit of a warehouse on the back. And the name of the place is Sneed's Feed and Seed, and underneath it says formerly Snooks.
Sorry, say it again.
Sneed's Feed and Seed.
Okay.
Formerly Snooks.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, that's the best Simpsons joke ever. So yeah, you head towards Sneed's, and it doesn't look the most well preserved place. It's it's weather beaten. A couple of cracked windows. The sign is loose and squeaking like kind of, and the door is like propped open. And
so a bit more like a fancy B&M.
It's very much a fantasy corner shop in a
fancy off license.
Yeah, fantasy bargain booze, fantasy co-op.
No, I feel like that's.
Oh, co-op's fancy now.
Yeah, co-op's like nice sometimes.
Yeah, different co-ops where you're from.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Fantasy. Just a corner shop.
It's really like the off license. Yes.
But it clearly has like a stables attached to it with one very, very skinny looking horse.
Oh,
this is even a pony. He's not like super skinny, but like you wouldn't want to risk a long journey on this thing.
I'm gonna really annoy you guys when I say this, but can I waste everyone's time and go and talk to the horse?
I knew it was coming.
Yes, so did I. I was waiting.
You haven't even talked to Harold. How dare you?
I know, but the horse.
Yeah, you can talk to the horse. The horse is like snout deep in
Feed it your straw bag
smoke.
that you made.
Yes, the one that took me 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. The horse is masticating, its mind is
Sorry?
on that. Masticating.
Okay.
Chewing.
Sorry, I heard something completely different. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you head up to
Sorry.
this chewing horse, and it kind of looks at you, and it's I don't know horses, so I will say it's brown.
Okay. So when it
or bay.
when it comes to me, when it comes to me talking to animals, do I have to cast a spell, or can I just?
Does it say that you can talk to animals, or does it say? Do you have the spell talk to animals?
I think the spell could speak with animals.
I thought it came under the rogue thing.
Don't shepherd druids can just talk to animals?
Hang on, let me just check.
It's not shepherdry.
I think it's Firbolg.
Firbolgs are the ones that have the natural thing.
the natural speak with it.
But I don't know if druids have something like that.
They do make good druids, but I don't know if it's the same thing.
See, because animal friendship doesn't. It just says convince a beast that you mean it no harm.
Yeah, there's two different. There's speak with
lot
animals, and then there's animal friendship, and then there's like charm beasts or something.
There's also speak with animals, the spell itself.
That's what I said.
I'll tell you what though.
I mean, you can
Tell
animal handling.
you what
probably.
happens, right? You walk up to this horse, and it's more of like a pony. I just need to sort of check one thing. In fact, let me just check this one thing.
Checking
go
the
up to
height
this-
between a pony and a horse.
No. You go up to this not cloven, this hoofed, four-legged mammal.
So it's not a horse; it's a donkey.
No, the horses have hooves, don't they?
Yeah, but you just were being.
Actually, a mammoth with really long
Oh my
nails.
god, a cloven hoofed horse is terrifying.
I didn't say cloven. I nearly said cloven, but I didn't say cloven. Right, I'm just trying to find if there is one here. But anyway, so you go up to it, and you're trying to like get into the mindset of talking to a horse, okay? Or a pony. Pony may be better. Cow, that'll do. So this is not like a war horse or any great horse that'll be able to do any like great shakes of galloping or anything like that. It very much looks like occasionally someone is strapped to the back of this thing and it's pushed forward. And you look this horse deep in the eye, and there's this moment of connection, and you feel this kind of like like goose flesh all over your body, and then you try and say something to this horse. What would you say to this horse?
Hello.
So you try to say hello, right? But it comes out, and the rest of the party have just witnessed Laffy turn into a horse.
Wow.
So you are now a horse, and the horse kind of like stares at you in surprise for a little bit, and she carries on chewing and like nudges the oats towards you to have some, and it's like, all right.
That's one way to get a meal.
I want to know what everyone else is thinking right now.
I've gone into the shop.
I'm
Just
watching an
just
awe.
waving his hand like I give up.
Yeah.
I'm also looking at Lou to
Thinking-
see if they look jealous of the food, the oats.
Yeah, Lou's first thought is, if I could do that, I could just eat grass and save myself so much money. I kind of like disappointed in herself. She enters the shop as well.
I am watching in awe, but also thinking I probably do need food. I can come back to this. This will still be happening
the
when I'm
shop or the
done.
oats.
Please,
The
some
shop or the
oats.
So whilst you're in horse form, you kind of look down. You've got the hooves and everything. You do that thing like you in surprise. You rear up and then you land down, and you realise that like you're in complete control of this. You can go back to being yourself a second, but you are the same as the horse across from you. You're not an exact copy. It isn't like you've like carbon copied it, but you realise that some animals, if you've seen them, you can become them. And you remember everything. You know everything that you know now. Like it's still you in there. You can count with your hooves if you wanted to, and do like maths and whatever. The only thing you can't do is speak and hold things. Like you talk and you're a horse, but it is you in there behind the eyes of this horse. and like as you kind of whip your mane, you catch sight of it, and the main thing that's different, and the mane of this horse is the same color as your hair was. So it's distinctly you in there. It's distinctly you being a horse.
That's so cool. So while in horse form, I will ask the horse, is there anything that you need?
No. Oh.
Are you being fed enough?
I like the more oats.
Okay. Is it just oats, or would you like something else?
Oats good. And he kind of nudges the bag towards you. Try oats. Oats good.
I guess I would try some of the oats.
I mean, you've eaten. Have you eaten oats before?
No.
I mean, pretty
Oh,
good.
like, I've
Yes,
had like
James.
porridge
Just
oats.
describe oats in vivid detail.
Yeah, so I mean, they don't. They're like, there's a little bit of a sweetness to them, and like you think, yeah, you know, if this was the only thing offered to me, I could get involved with this. It's not as good as the pastries or the coffee, but you know, like you don't know how a horse would appreciate pastries and coffee. You think that if you were a horse, that this would be the way to do it.
Okay. At this point, I'll turn back into myself because I don't want to take too many of these oats because this horse clearly is unprepared.
It's just like he's just like a well worked like oldish horse, and
Yeah.
then he like blinks and he's like whinnies at you, and it's at that point it's just the noise of a whinny. I mean, obviously when he was trying to communicate with you, there was a limit to what this horse could express.
Yeah.
A lot of it was body language. You kind of interpreted it, and you were able to understand it a little bit. You know, like you were able to understand about he enjoyed the oats, he wanted more of them, but it wasn't a conversation.
Yeah.
But now you have no idea what the hell this like. You know, you'd have to make another check if you understand that. But as you come back to yourself, you realise, holy shit, I can really become almost any animal I see, and that is your wild shape ability.
Ooh. Okay, at this point, I think I would run over to Azalea and like be really excited and jump up and down and be like, "Did you see that? Oh my god!"
It was so cool. How did you do that?
I don't know.
Wow. Did you teach? No, probably not. Huh. Can you do other animals?
Can I do other animals today, or is it like a daily thing?
Oh, I know. I'm not asking
you-
if people
you have-
forming monkey.
You have on your
That's what he does.
character sheet an amount of wild shapes. I think it's 2.
I
at
think
your
it's
level.
always 2, isn't it?
I can't remember, but it's 2 at the minute, and it tells you kind of what animals you can turn into. So you can turn into a few different animals at the minute. It's limited quite severely though. We'll talk about it another time. But you could turn into a rabbit if you wanted. You can turn into
A rat.
a rat. You could turn into a mouse if you want to. You've seen it. It's basically any animal you see from this point onwards that isn't a fish or a bird. You can turn into.
That's so...
No flying.
Yeah,
Does
yeah,
a
no flying,
toad
yeah.
count?
A toad would count, yeah, because that doesn't have.
I think a toad
well,
has
no,
a swimming speed. I mean, I don't think there was a toad stat block, but I would assume they have a swimming
There's a
speed.
frog one.
Oh yeah. Frogs can't swim, but toads can.
Yeah, well, there you go. But anytime you see an animal, remember it, and you know eventually you'll be able to turn into more powerful creatures like bears.
Yeah, you can add those in the extras section of your character sheet.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll cover that off. You know, we'll talk about that later on. But you eventually you'll be able to turn into much more powerful creatures, like eagles and stuff like that.
I think I'm just looking into it. I think it's 2 a day until 20th level.
No, it's two per short rest.
2 per short rest until 20th level, which is infinite.
Yeah,
Or,
it really jumps up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay.
strange. But
Yeah, like
But yeah.
level 20 is just infinite.
yeah.
Or-
Crap.
Level 19 it's 2, then it's infinite.
You can also use it to summon a familiar, which is like a physical magic buddy for 2 hours or 10 minutes, I can't remember. You summon a little magic buddy who is like perfectly synced with you, and you can ask to do things like, you know, lick a whatever, go and investigate something if you
I
want.
really like druids.
I love
This
druids.
is so cool.
Druids are the best fucking class in the game. Come at me.
I argue you with fighters, but okay.
No, I
I
would say
argue you
druid
with
are-
mugs.
No.
I'll give
Right.
cleric.
Anyway, no, I think druids are better than clerics because they can turn into animals. But that's just me. So the rest of you heading
I
into the
argue
shop.
you
right?
edge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Invoke
Yeah,
the wrath
okay.
of gods.
You invoke. You will invoke the wrath of Edge. Be a blood hunter.
You walk through this doorway, this creaking doorway that's propped open. Inside is actually a lot nicer than the outside. It seems pretty well organised. There's different sections to stuff. There is like a leather working table. There is like a metal working table. There's like tools spread all over the place on the various tables, and then just like normal shop fare on the side of the walls, which could be stuff like ammunition, weapons, some rudimentary armor, not a lot. You don't see any evidence of magical stuff like healing potions, but you do see this hearty tradesman with a rich field of his kind of shirt is open because he's sitting near this furnace, and he's got this like absolutely insane curly chest hair, a very chiseled jaw, and as he looks up, he's got one singular blue eye, and the other one is kind of like it's got patched over. And he looks up at you and goes, "Ah, hello, strangers. How can I help?"
In his head, I'll say, good day. We're just grabbing some supplies before heading out into Yadradan.
Excellent. Hey, psychic, eh? I've not seen one of you in a while.
Not really psychic, just this is the limit of
You're
it.
talking in my head, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm not like
Well, what do you call that if not psychic?
telepathic.
I mean, you really are really cutting feathers there, but I mean, it's a psychic.
Well, I can't move things with my mind and stuff. Well,
or maybe you're not trying hard enough.
We'll just grab supplies and
These
leave.
two are staring at each other. I kind of like lean over to Celia, like, how much money can I spend? Like, how much are you willing to give me?
To me?
Yes.
However much you need, I guess.
How much
So-
do you have?
I have, and then like she
In
takes
your-
out her coin purse and starts flipping through. I have 10 gold.
Excellent.
In your head, Zayla, you hear, don't give her that much, just enough for supplies. I think she'll go overboard if you let her.
Oh yeah, I need like a gold to get some food and things, I think. And like she looks really wide-eyed up at Wolf. Do you think I need armor?
Oh.
Maybe, but armor can be expensive.
How much is armor usually? It's just metal,
Right.
right?
It depends what kind of armor you want.
Yeah, it depends. Very heavily.
It's kinds of armor? Wow.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
Well, I
Wow.
don't. With 10 gold, I don't think it's enough. And I sort of like move like the cloak and show you like some like the blue sort of stud leather I'm wearing. Like this was like 45 gold on its own, and it's not that.
Oh.
that's
Okay,
a nice
maybe
piece of
another
kit
time.
you got there, kid. But I tell you what, my name's Miles. I'm here to help you out. Obviously, this is my store. You say you're going off into Yadradan, which is great to hear. Great country, lived here all my whole life. What do you want? The 10 gold is not going to get you any much armor worth speaking
Well,
about.
we're
It might-
just some supplies like rations, maybe some rope. Actually, no, I've got sort of stuff like that. Like rations.
Oh, for sure, rations. We got rations. We got we've got some of this whey bread. And
Do you have a tent?
a tent? I do have a tent. Tent's a 35 gold.
Maybe not then. I don't have that much on me.
A tent
How-
wouldn't sleep all you four anyway. You can only fit 3 people on a tent.
How much are your rations then?
It's like a gold for a block that'll do you for, how much are rations like?
I have no idea.
5 silver for a day. I don't know, something like that. No, I can't actually say.
I'll look at it. I'll find it.
It's like a silver a day. It's like, yeah, we got we got some water skins. Don't trust the water around here until you get past the fall. We got the water skins. You can fill up We got a water button on the back.
Ration is 5 silver per ration.
Yeah, 5 silver per ration. We got whey bread. We got some dried fruit mix. You want to have a bit of variety in there to get pretty boring if you're eating the same thing all the time. And we got, there's some arrows if you're going out and you're worried about monsters.
That is something I need. Thank you for reminding me. Do you have crossbow bolts?
No.
For fuck's sake. Okay. Well,
I can make you some.
Can you?
Yeah. I mean, look. Points. I'm Miles. I'm the guy. I can whip you up some crossbow bolts. How long are you gonna be in town for?
No, that's what I'm worried about. Not very long. We're going up to the old alchemist's house and then hopefully heading further.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you've been sent from the city to see if our little pawning is true, right?
That's just a part of our mission.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, there's definitely something going on there. I don't know if you saw her last night, but there was all sorts of things going on. Howlings, weird lights in the windows, all sorts of stuff.
There was?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. Well, I think I will take. How much food do you have for the rations?
We've probably got about 10 days worth of rations that I can sell you today.
10 days worth of rations.
Yeah, 10 days worth of rations. That's like 5 gold.
Yeah. So I will
5 gold for rations?
for 10
days.
10 days.
Like a whole
So
week.
I
10 days
will.
worth of rations for 5 gold.
I'll give him 60 copper, which is 6 rations. Oh no, that's not right, is it?
No, that's
No, sorry, I'm getting that wrong.
one
That's
ration.
wrong. Sorry, that'd be ignore that. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. I'll give him. I don't know. 2. I actually have a lot of rations on me already.
Yeah,
So
it's surprising that a lot of you don't seem to have these.
I have a lot. Like I've got 17 days worth of rations on me.
Oh wow.
Got a lot of snack bars. How far is it to Lupin Vale?
From here, you'd probably the Vale. Oh my God, probably about 3 or 4 days. Unless you were to take the boat. I'd say probably 5 days walk and maybe 3 days on the boat.
Well, we're walking, so 5 days. Okay.
But there's stores there.
Yes. So we can stock up there. I hand him 2 gold. Just 4 more rations.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Here you go. I see you going off into the Vale. If you're heading across country, you're walking. You guys, you've got. I can see you, ma'am. You've got some weapons and stuff, but
they're all hidden. You would not be able to see them.
Oh no, talk to Lou.
Okay.
So you see, you got a dagger there, but the rest of you got you're protected, and obviously you were asking for crossbow bolts. So presumably you got a crossbow hidden in there somewhere.
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
How quickly do you think you can make bolts?
Depends how many you wanted, but I could probably knock out. How long does it take to make a crossbow bolt? About 15 minutes per bolt, so I can probably make you 5 in the next hour and a half.
How about 10 copper for some information?
What information do you want?
Is this my money you're offering? Why did I go American? Is this my money you're offering?
I don't have money, remember?
Okay.
So wait, do you want me to give you 10 copper and you give me information? Because I don't really need any information.
No, the opposite.
Okay. What information do you want?
How well protected are these areas from bandits or monsters?
I can tell you right now that if you wanted to start something, you would come unstuck quite soon. We're quite used to sending off the undesirables who come through these parts. I think.
How about monsters or
He stands up, he towers, he's like 6.5 feet tall, like rippling with muscles, you know, like huge chest hair, massive Gaston style man boobs, like a hammer in each hand. He goes, listen, I'm not too concerned about bandits and stuff around here. They know as well. If a bandit came here and stole from us, we'd find out who it was. They'd have nothing to say. You know, we've had that. Now you mention it, I can't remember the last time we had bandits or anything around here. This whole area is kind of run down, but it's not because of bandit activity. You know, it's like we've got some kind of blessing on the area because everything seems to bypass us.
Is correlate? Is this? Would I know if this is the sign of more organized elements in the underworld?
You can make a. Ooh, you can pick the check. I'd say survival, history, or trying to think of another kind of check.
I think probably just those two.
Yeah, so like a survival or history check, and I can, or maybe like a thieves.
Oh,
No, 6. It's hard. Like this area doesn't have a lot going on for it, so you don't know. You didn't see any.
Yeah.
You didn't see any thieves camp, anything like that.
so no like emblems or sigils in the
Not that
shop
you
itself that lights. Okay.
It's
As
a
they're
little
talking,
out
I'll
way as well.
just say I sort of move back and slip Azalea 10 copper.
Oh no, he didn't pay for that. He's like, I'm not going to
okay,
charge you
never
for
mind.
that money,
Why are you
that
giving me
information.
money?
Because she was going to take your money.
Yeah. Though, you know, if you are short of a little bit of gold, I have a little job for you if you want it. But if you're in a rush, I don't know.
Well,
Well, that depends on the job.
no, it doesn't. That comes first. But if you have something quick or something we can do on the way back, then sure.
Well, it's there's a little bit of a hand I need. It's more than a one-person job. I was menu because I do a lot of odd jobs down here. There's a barn.
This guy's voice is crazy.
Little way away, and I'm gonna get rid of a couple of blights on the barn, and I didn't get around to it in time, and I know they've multiplied, so it's probably more than I can handle myself now. So if you do come back this way, I will pay you like, 3 gold each to help me clear these blights.
Gold
Is
and
that
5
a-
silver.
Is that a law?
I just slightly shake my head.
I mean, it's not a big ask. It's just something that I can do, and I would be paying you like what 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 12 gold. But it's a lot. It's a big outpouring for me, but it's not a big income for you.
We'll think about it, but
We will think about it.
we do have more important
Oh,
things.
Sadia, I still do need those 10 copper, please. And thank you.
Oh, okay.
I just shoved 10 copper in your hand.
Excellent. I just pocket it and walk out.
Okay, well, if you're ever in town again,
I'm gonna kill her. I'm going to kill her.
If you're ever in town again, just pop in. So, are you gonna hang about for these crossbow bolts? Because
No, I'm sure it'll be fine. But they would probably be a good thing for you to sell.
Yeah, but they're awkward to break. I'll tell you what. I'll make 10, and then if I see you again, you can buy them.
Yeah, we might be back.
Okay. I'll get to
Have a
work
good
on
day.
them now. Right. Yeah. See you later. You leave the shop and you head back to the road. That was an unusual interaction.
I'm gonna kill Lou.
You gave me those, you can't complain.
You continue round the lake and you finally get to a place like a bluff of rocks where you're protected from the wind, and you kind of walk around, and as you crest around the rocks, you are out of the kind of the winded area where the smell of the lake is being pushed onto you, and you finally, after what seems like maybe 12, maybe longer, maybe kind of 14 hours, are away from that pervasive smell of the lake. Finally you can like breathe normally and enjoy like the fresh smell, or the smell of the wind over the rocks of Yadradan, and it's like a charge, so it's refreshing and like, oh, it's so good not to have that. Like, you kind of became a little bit nose blind to it as well, but you come around and you see it. You can see this house kind of at the end of the road, that's at the top of this hill. The road to the house winds through the rocky coastal terrain. Coastal probably isn't the right word, but rocky lakeside terrain, offering a view of the lake below. Low clouds start to press upon you, and the occasional patches of sunlight appear out over the water that's still got that greyish hue on it. And the clouds seem to have appeared very, very suddenly as they're rolling down. The blue sky is now dappled with grey and white. The stiff wind is blowing off the waves. You can see this like film is being carried over to Haven Orwell, but that smell is finally dissipated. So yeah, you can see it. But as you approach it, you see that this decrepit house sits on the highest ground in the area. Around it, a stone wall has crumbled in many places, exposing the interior grounds. An ornate metal gate lies open at the road at the end of the road, swaying slightly in the wind. Wild flora grows through the inner yard, but all of the years cannot hide the evidence of a once well-tended garden that sat here. Near the house, the rotted wooden roof of a water well raises out of the tall grass.
We're gonna live a well.
Let's take a rest. You see, as you approach it, this house is about 35 feet tall from ground level to the peak of the roof, and the roof is gabled and has several holes in it. You can clearly see where the slate and shingles are missing. The glass is kind of like dust stained or like weather stained. No one's been taking care of this place. Very, very hard to see clearly through the glass, so some of the panes are shattered, and there's this unusual kind of aura around. The sun is beaming down into shaded areas and piercing like rays of light onto the lake below you, but the house itself sits still and quiet in this wind, and it's got this aura of anticipation as you slowly approach it from beneath. It's looming over you like a Gothic tower. As you turn around, you can look down at the valley and Haven Royal beneath you, stretching off into the distance. You've travelled a good long way, 15 miles at least, to like the walls, so you can barely make out the shapes of some of the taller buildings, and then the clouds are obstructing your view. The wind is whipping behind you, and all of a sudden, it's cold. You've been in the sunshine for days, and now it's cold. You're in the shade, even on top of this hill, and the wind's whipping around you. For Lou, this is normal. This is Yadradan all over. This is the weather here. It's cold. It's kind of merciless. But for the rest of you, who are kind of used to the slightly more temperate climes of the city, or even of Yadradan.
Before we enter, I'm going to walk around the house, not close to the wall, but at a small distance, and make sure that nobody has been around or no magical rituals.
Okay, so can you make an investigation or Arcana check?
I'll do Arcana.
Okay, never mind.
So
20.
you, from the outside, you can't see any evidence of magical rituals being performed here. It looks like a normal garden. The flowers that were being grown here, you see ones that could have been used in potions and lotions and tonics and that kind of thing. But what you can't see is any ritual circles or anything like that.
You said the door was just open, the front door.
Did I?
I don't know.
No, I don't think I did.
Okay. I thought maybe you were talking about the gate.
No footsteps either, or any signs that somebody might have been here recently, right?
But you didn't that this kind of place may attract kids. Oh, in fact, it's going to play in a second. 1 second. Let's see if you can hear this. Oh no, it's not. It's fleur-de-lis now. Fleur-de-lis. Okay, so it's playing something else, but it's still fucking annoying. You can't see any evidence of people going inside or out, but there are footsteps about, and there was evidence on the floor of movement that could maybe not be human.
You mean
so what would the route be like for Lou? So you go this, around the house like this.
I go from the right to left, clockwise,
anti-clockwise. Yeah. Okay. So, how close do you get to the house?
I would say, for the sweep, maximum 10 feet, something like that, like from the wall.
Okay. So when you get to around here, so you can obviously see the well and stuff there. But as you are, as you kind of coming around, you're looking around, you're trying to sniff out the arcana. You can you walk past what appears to be like a vegetable garden, or what once was a vegetable garden. And you can see evidence of stuff in there. It's gone to seed a bit now, but you can see clearly there was a patch for potatoes, cabbages, carrots, that kind of thing, and then there was nice flowers and herbs and stuff that was very well cared for. So there was aspects of that you can clearly make out, but there was a rose bush near the gate that's just choked out everything. These thorns have dived into the ground and have choked the life out of most of the other plants in the area. And as you approach there, you can see that there's this big hole, this artificial hole that's been dug underneath the rose bush.
Has the dirt been settled? Like, has it been some time, or is this like recently dug out?
Settled. Like,
Okay.
you'd say like at least it's been there at least a month or two, at the very minimum.
Yeah. Okay.
How big's the hole?
Like
a small animal, or like
no,
person size?
bigger than that. Let me just check.
Can I figure out how it has been dug out? Like a tool, or claws, or hands, or something like that?
I will tell you this: you think you, Lou, could get down that hole if you wanted to?
Pretty big.
Yeah, enough for.
It's like okay.
How deep is it?
It's kind of like, the best way to describe it would be like a rabbit's burrow kind of entrance. So you see into it, and then it changes direction almost immediately. So you can see into this big hole, and you can see it drops down out of sight. So you don't know how it goes, but you can clearly see it's like, it's clearly, it is used as an egress or entrance or whatever. It's very well used.
Yeah. Found something.
Ooh, what is it?
Appears to be like a rabbit hole of some kind, but I don't know rabbits to make person-sized ones.
Can I? I don't know if I want to. Is there like windows on this ground floor?
Yeah, but
Can
a lot
I
of them
sort
are boarded up or cracked or dirty.
Okay, can I sort of go up to one of them?
Yeah, sure.
So what I'm going to do is sort
That's
of
that's the rose bush, so that technically would be difficult terrain, but you can still do it.
That's fine. We're just walking, so we're not in combat or anything. I think.
Roll
Or
initiative.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of I'm going to sort of unclip one of the crossbows and hold it out. And sort of similarly to yesterday when we were walking through the seedy area of town, there's sort of like a sort of faint like dark pulse from the weapon, and this sort of aura around me gets slightly dimmer and darker, and the weapon sort of glows slightly, and then that's bitch, then there's like a bit of blood sort of trickles from my lip, and I'm sort of which gives me a bit of dark vision and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to sort of also take the sword and sort of like, if it's boarded up, like sort of hit the board a little bit to hopefully crack it so I can move it a bit easier.
Okay. So as you try to do that, you feel the ground shift beneath you. And I know that we just said that you weren't in initiative. But as you kind of like, as the ground
I'm happy I did my Crimson Right.
Yeah, these 4 huge,
Jesus
huge
Christ,
weasels erupt from the ground beneath you. They are massive. Like, each one of them is as big as you, with these razor-sharp looking fangs and claws. And a normal weasel, which is kind of the length of your forearm, can do a significant amount of damage to a human if it wanted to. And these things are as big as you are. They're going to launch themselves at you, and they're going to try and grapple you and pull you into the den.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so I'm just going to make some attacks.
Okay.
So tell me, there's 4 of them.
My AC is 15.
So the first one gets you with a
Jesus.
16. So it's going to try and grapple you down. So can you make a acrobatics or athletics check as it tries to drag you down? So 19. 19. It rolled a 1. Oh, I'm whispering. I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. So you kind of fight it off. And I'd like everyone, for the first time, please, to roll initiative.
Christ. Okay.
You all rolled dog shit, which is great. So these weasels are going to go absolutely ham and try.
Guys, I'm going unconscious.
Yeah.
I did 4 damage to myself before the combat even started.
So remember, TPK to giant weasels. TPK.
Oh, not again.
Yeah. Okay. So
hey, it wasn't TPK. I survived.
Yeah. So the weasels, luckily, they don't have pack tactics. So,
That'd be very scary.
but they did just. Am I still whispering?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Let me just show you my first roll. Which
did you
I'm
roll
afraid
an out
is a crit. I'm afraid.
Okay. Yeah, I can't see any of them.
There you go. Womp womp. For some reason, it's whispering. I don't know why. So one of them attacks you. Nat 20 for 11 damage.
You might have your 11. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You might have your thing whispered.
Whisper. Always whisper. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just ask.
11.
11 damage.
Jesus Christ.
That was a crit, though.
Has to be like a crit, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Jesus Christ.
The second one is going to try and bite you.
Mm-hmm.
21. Oh my god.
Hits.
To 7 damage.
What the fuck? James?
These guys are. That's a D4.
What's the plus?
Damage. 3.
Okay.
I mean, it's 7 if it's a D4.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So these two have bitten into, reached up, one's tried to grab Cerulean Wolf and pull her down. She's wrenched the foot out, and then one's reared up and bitten her on the neck. It's a chunk out of her neck, and the one's bitten her in the thigh. These two here are going to go for Lou.
I'll say this, I'm looking hurt.
Real hurt. Yeah. These weasels do not mess about.
Weasels. Weasels won't mess about.
I don't know why. 21 to hit Lou. I'm guessing the 21 hits the rogue.
Yes, I would just say yes.
Yes. Lou, you take 5 points of piercing damage as it chunks into you. I'm just going to turn Never Whisper on for the moment. And then the last one is going to rush forward for Azalea, and it's going to take a bite out of you. Another crit. Holy shit. Yeah.
For another problem.
10 damage.
Oh my
Oh no, the tail counts, right? As part of its.
Yeah.
Gonna get killed by rats or weasels.
Yeah,
literally.
It's legit gonna. These guys have done a significant amount of damage in the first round.
I started on 29 because I did 4 damage to myself, and I'm on 11.
Hey guys, new campaign. Hope you got your characters ready. Lou Marblecut, first attack of the first combat with the PC. Let's see some big numbers, my friend.
Yes, I'm going to move.
We're going to need that sneak attack.
Yeah, I'm going to move here, and I'm going to take out my short sword and run my finger across the blade, and black fire is going to cover the weapon as I strike.
Okay, edgy.
With advantage, I hope.
From what?
He's not doing flanking because he's a bitch.
No, not doing flanking. I hate it. Shit.
Okay. 24
will hit a giant weasel.
It was bloody hope so.
Plus.
I think you would get sneak.
Well, there is
I hope.
Within 5 feet.
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah, so that is
14.
D8 for the green flame
blade.
Green
flame blade.
No,
yeah,
it's proficiency.
This one as well.
No, green flame blade's weird at first.
Oh yeah, it's just proficiency, isn't it?
It's just you do proficiency damage to the second creature.
Or
I think.
Is it spell casting?
I can never remember.
So
it's not a D8. It's not. I know it's not.
Yeah, it becomes a D8 at 5th level.
I'll look.
There we go.
So the second creature takes spellcasting ability. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your spellcasting ability?
The modifier. So,
Yeah.
Posted it on Roll20.
well, that's what I'm just reading. So it's your spellcasting ability modifier, so probably like plus.
Intelligence or charisma or whatever you use to cast your spells.
I took the feat, so
Was
it's
it
the
wizard?
one.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is +2.
plus
Okay.
2.
So it's 2 damage to this one here. But this one here, you run your sword straight through it, straight through the side of it as it's rearing up to bite Azalea. The sword pierces the side of it, and as you pull your sword back, it just collapses down dead.
Excellent.
Slightly out of the range.
I'm
Oh, no,
going
it's not.
to disengage and walk here.
Okay.
As that thing dies, I sort of reach a hand out, and the shadow that sort of encases the blade sort of comes out from it, and sort of wraps very briefly around the giant weasel that just died, and I get 5 temporary hit points.
Hooray!
Hooray!
But now,
Isn't necromancy, or is it?
Mine isn't. No.
Because I do know that blood hunters are like this weird middle ground.
Yeah, I'm the weird middle ground.
yeah. But Azalea, the rat that was rearing up and clawing that rat,
Fucking rat.
the weasel that was clawing at you has been stabbed and collapses onto the ground, dead. Like you can see immediately, the tongue lolls out, the eyes roll back. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so first things first, she's gonna let out an ear-piercing scream in fear, and then, okay, so, I'm not gonna like doing this. And she like where the rat bit her, she like swipes her hand across the blood
Oh no.
and like puts it in her hands and blows it out like she's blowing a kiss. And I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from all of those rats, please.
Okay, I will roll 3 Constitution saving throws.
You can see Harold in my.
Yeah, 4 rats.
Oh, they're weasels. Remember, they're weasels. Not
Oh
rats.
yeah.
Nat 20, a 2 and a 4.
Okay, so
How many nat? That's 3 nat 20s I've
that's
rolled.
insane.
Don't worry, I'm gonna roll a nat 20. I'm gonna roll a nat 20.
Jesus Christ.
They're gonna take.
What's up with your rolls today?
No idea.
Wow. Okay, so
Oh.
2 of them take 4 and 1 of them takes 2.
Okay.
And there's necrotic damage, and then I was gonna call you Fox. Wolf. Wolf can you can spend one of your hit die and add.
Oh.
It's Wither and Bloom.
Wither and Bloom. Yeah.
And you can add. You can add 5 to that as well.
What's my hit dice?
Ability modifier is already +5.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Did you min-max?
No.
So I get what, 13?
Yeah, you should do.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I'm looking good now.
And then.
Plus 5 in Constitution.
Sorry.
But Wolf has got 13 in Constitution, plus 5 in Con.
No, I've got D10 plus 2, and she's got a plus 5 to her spellcasting.
Oh, I see.
Wither and
Sorry.
Bloom. Yeah.
And then I'm going to. Wait a minute. No, I don't. Why have I put this up here? I don't. Ignore that.
Okay.
I've put the wrong thing in my sheet. That's why. It's +3.
Oh, that's fine.
So you've got 11.
So, yeah.
And then I'm going to run across to Lou and place a hand on her back. And even though she's been an asshole to me, and I'm going to whisper good luck, and as it goes in your ears, it like echoes. And you will have advantage on any ability checks, attack rolls, or saving throws until the end of your next turn.
Excellent. Let's bring up the turn order again. As Cerulean Wolf, Raining with Thunder.
Yeah, and the rain. So feeling somewhat revitalized from what I did and what Azalea did, I am going to take a. So none of these. So the only one's been hit is that other guy.
No, all of them are hit now.
Oh yeah, all of them have been hit. So this one that's sort of directly, I'll just take a step backwards, and as I do, I will swipe at it with my scimitar that I pulled out, trying to hit it. 17 to hit.
Oh yeah.
So that is 8. There's no right damage on that. So
It's
8.
dead.
Okay. And then I will, as I swipe in the same motion, I turn to the one next to it and fire it with the crossbow. Not with disadvantage because I have crossbow expert. For 20. to
Yeah.
hit. This one has the right damage, so 6 points of damage together.
Okay. That one is also dead.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And then I will just stand my ground because that's my action and my bonus action.
Okay. And last but not least, maybe with the last use of the round, Laffy, what are you going to do as your friends are being mauled by these weasels, but then killing them in no short order?
How far can I move?
30 feet.
35, she's a wood elf.
Oh yeah, 35 feet.
So how far away am I?
You are here.
Yeah.
Here. And it is there.
It is 35 from you.
Yeah. You don't have to get right up to it unless you particularly want to.
Okay, so I'll move to like here.
Yep.
And then can I cast frostbite on it?
Of course, yeah. So that's is that a save that it needs to make? I think it is.
I think it's a con.
On save?
It's either con or dex. I think it's con though.
If you press it, it'll tell me what I need to do.
Is that one?
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
In-law's dog just did the worst fart. Oh my god. My own.
I also just farted.
we don't need to know that.
Oh, right. Let's see. DC 12.
But it's gonna fail.
Oh,
It's
no.
terrible.
Come on. 10. Sorry,
Yeah.
4. Yes, so sorry. Bun, Laffy rather. As your so describe to me what happens with this frostbite. Paint me a word picture.
So seeing Wolf having taken a shitload of hits from this big rat weasel, whatever it is,
They're rats. Fucking rats.
I would like run past the other two, feeling like they're safe, and throw my hand out. Or is it, do I use my magic? Do I use my
You
hand?
can use your wand or your hand.
I use my hands. I feel like that's more like me. And I throw my hand out, not realizing what I'm doing, but just wanting to get this big creature away from Wolf. And I would use frostbite.
Okay. So these this arc of like tundra shoots from your hand. This spray of ice encapsulates the rat. Sorry, rat. I keep saying fucking rat. It's a
They're
weasel.
rats, James.
It's goddamn weasel. It's because I've used a rat.
Anna takes offense.
A rat picture.
No, James, they're rats.
The weasel. It's hit full on with this, and it tries to wiggle out the way, but it can't. It just rolls over, and you see the ice coldness run up the sides of this weasel, and like it tries to screech out, but it can't. The scream is caught in its throat as it reaches up to the sky, rears up in pain, and then just collapses back into the rose bush. And for the moment, we are out of combat. Okay, so you've just killed some weasels.
Yeah,
How'd you
some
feel?
fucking
Just
bitch rats.
I know it's a bad time, but you could probably make a bag out of these if you wanted to.
That's what I was thinking.
You could. These things, you could make some. I don't know if leather's the right word for it.
Hide.
It's like a pelt.
Oh, yeah. Hide.
Run and
Why
hide.
would we hide? The combat is over.
Whoa, we were rogues.
Hey!
Well, that was. You see me like sort of holding my stomach. Well, that was something. Fucking rats.
No, right,
Well,
big
I think I overestimated you.
I took out 2 of them. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you're almost
1
dead,
and a half.
and they're
I'm not
weasels.
almost dead. I'll say that. I'm fine.
Well, you were almost dead, and then you did that weird. Speaking of, how did you manage to heal yourself when one of those things died?
Well, it's no secret. I am a blood hunter. You know, it's necromancy adjacent, but it's what's the word? Sanctioned by the Lifespring Alliance. And it's only, I'm not siphoning life from it when it's alive. I'm just sort of taking a slight bit of the energy once it's dead, so it's not as bad. And I sort of, as I'm saying that, I'm speaking to you, but I'm looking at Azalea because I recognize necromancy.
She's standing
Um,
behind Luke, but like hands on knees, throwing up in a bush.
I won't say anything, but I'm keeping it in mind.
Laffy's just standing there in shock, looking at her hands, like trembling, because she's like not come to terms with what's just happened yet.
Are you okay, Laffy?
I don't say anything. I just keep staring at my hands and then back to the weasel rat thing.
Traumatized this, so you shouldn't be an adventurer.
We're not here to be adventurers, are we? Oh, you're not.
Well, general job description for mercenaries. That doesn't sound as money hungry.
Well, it's not mercenaries. You're doing a service to the Alliance.
Well, we're doing this to get citizenship.
We could get citizenship
Well,
from
you-
this?
Partially,
Well,
but, you know, it's a
not
thing you...
quite. We get access to the city.
Right.
I think we should continue on it if everyone's okay. I'm fine.
Are you doing anything with the bodies?
Well, we shouldn't be too long. I think we could leave them out here. I don't think there's any reason to deal with them now. We'd probably use them for food, if we at least take a look inside the house. For,
What if they're gone
you know,
when we come out?
for the mission.
Now might be a good time.
I just don't think we should stop while we're, I wouldn't say on a roll, but, you know, in that mindset. But we can just look around the bottom floor and... Or we can just drag them inside if you'd like, but I just think it's better to carry on. Because
Is the door also blocked by wooden panels?
Upon closer inspection, no. It is like movable and openable, but it just looks very old and dilapidated.
Can I sort of step forward and look around for traps?
Make an investigation check.
Oops. 15?
You don't see any.
Okay, actually, no, I'm going to do. Oh, actually, no. These rats, these weasels, they're like our size. How heavy are they if I try and pick one up?
They are quite heavy. They're basically all muscle.
Okay, I'm not going to be able to throw one. I'm going to throw one inside. I'm going to sort of stand. Could everyone like to get closer? And I'm sort of going to sort of move forward and just sort of. Is the door locked? If I try and open, if I just like tap on it.
No, it swings open.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna, push it hard and swing it open.
Okay, so the door swings open. Let me reveal some of the noop.
The moop.
So the door swings open onto a musty, dirty entrance hall. To the left, there's a corridor that leads to what we're going to call the west wing of the house. The walls are bare with bits of smashed furniture lying on the floor. Ahead of you, another corridor leads towards the rear of the house. There's a staircase on the eastern wall that climbs up to the next story, reaching at a balcony that overlooks the entrance hall along its north and west sides. The stairs appear safe to climb, though the balcony rail is broken in several places. And under the stairs at the north end of the hall, a third corridor leads east. So let me just reveal a little bit, tiny bit more, because you're going to struggle to see everything I've just said there. So there's some walls, corridors and stuff like here. Let me just do that. There's a bit of a corridor there, and there's some corridor there.
Does the ground look stable enough to hold our weight?
I've already moved forward.
Yeah. So, interesting question. As you put your foot, as you walk into it, there is a really ominous, that rattles throughout the house, and dust kind of shuffles down. It looks like it's going to take you away, but please do not wear any heavy boots.
Oops.
Using your investigation checks, Cerulean Wolf, you can see that there are 2 sets of recently made tracks. One set travels from the entranceway towards, like, deeper into the house this way.
Sort of like, okay.
Like, yeah, like that. And the other one goes down here.
That.
Mhm.
What do these tracks look like? They like footprints, like
Making a
humanoid.
survival check.
Faith fiends are dead.
Guess again.
I just have to ask. Oh, nat 20,
Nat
25.
These look like humanoid footprints.
Great. What size are they?
These, one is a 10.5 European, and one of them is an 8 European.
Wait, what? Oh, sorry. I was
Really
very
one
confused.
large. That's like 45 in American.
That's not.
In
That's-
EU size.
No, yeah, about shoe sizes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Are they like booted, like boots, shoes, like feet?
Yeah, booted. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you think? Which way should we go first? I suggest we follow one set of these tracks at least.
Can I
Check
check under the rug?
this.
Okay, you want? Yeah, you go to lift the rug. It's very heavy, thick with damp and like dust. As you lift it up, it kind of like peels off the floor, making a very horrible sound.
Okay.
What's like the look of the rug, or what's like the pattern?
It's kind of like a geometrical shape.
I don't know. He's not
Thinking of
artificer.
decorating.
Yeah, well, so it's like a. Do you want to make an Arcana check?
You sure? 10.
You do recognize it, but you can't place where you've seen it before.
Is it like magic, or like almost like a circle?
No, it's not. It's
something?
not a symbol. It's not like a summoning circle. It's more like you're racking your brain where you think you've seen this, and for love nor money, you cannot remember where you've seen this before. But it's less of like a summoning circle, more like, for some reason, you're thinking gang sign. That's not right. It's definitely something magical related.
Am I allowed to make the same check?
You can try, yeah. Uh, 16.
16.
You know the symbol on there, Laffy. Are you kind of looking at it from a weird angle? You lift it up and then you look back down at it and you realise you're kind of looking at it from the wrong angle. You walk round and you kind of look at it side on, and it's like an eye. It's like a stylized eye in this. Originally would have been kind of like an orangey, mustardy colour against like a green background. It doesn't mean anything to you. It's not a magical symbol in of itself.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, it's like a eye thing.
Like an eye, yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything under it?
Just rotted wood.
Right.
Are you?
Can we?
Is Lou going up top, or like further north?
Is she?
That's what I'm asking.
Just glancing down the corridors.
Okay. So as you glance, let's see where you are. So I'm trying to do about 3 things here. So you're looking further down here. Let me reveal some more. As you've walked into the house a little bit, I'll reveal it a little bit more. You see a corridor that stretches down here and here into kind of a. Let's just reveal that. Yeah, that's what you see, and there. So you see some corridors that stretch down kind of until the end of the house. To the right, one on the left that reaches down into what appears to be like a large living area, and the one directly in front of you to the north, just kind of just ends at a door.
I'm gonna look at everyone and say, everyone just be very quiet for a second, and I'm going to listen out to see if I can hear any movement or, something.
Okay, make a perception check.
Another nat 20, 25.
So
Mm.
you get everyone to quiet. Everyone hushes, and there's like shuffling of feet, and every time someone moves, there's like a thunk, like not a loud thunk, but like this is an old rickety wooden house. Every movement kind of sends a little echo, or like there's a noise for every move, even if you're just readjusting your weight on your feet. And so you have this moment of serenity where you close your eyes and you're listening out. You can't see anything. Like this house is dark. It's not like pitch black or anything like that. It's kind of musty. Light isn't really breaking through all the windows. So you close your eyes to hear, and there's something above you. There's something up. It's like not like a loud noise or a noise of a lot of movement, but like, was it a cough? There's this noise of life upstairs.
In your heads, you hear, "There's something above us." I don't know what it is, though.
You look up, and there's this like balcony area above you, so you can see like to the roof. You can see above the floor above you because it goes straight up. There's like a big hole where like a landing area would be.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Okay. In all their heads, do you want to go up there because I hear something, or do you want to explore down here for a moment?
I think it might be better we face whatever it is head on rather than have it at our backs.
I agree with you.
I'll try to scout ahead. I'm pretty stealthy.
Okay.
I'll try to go up the stairs, like the most silent way possible in this shithole.
I'll sort of like trail slightly behind as well.
Can you make your stealth roll with disadvantage, please? Because it is very literally every step creaks.
Yeah.
How do I make it? Ugh.
So,
Whoops.
literally, the first step you take, like the floorboard groans and cracks beneath you.
Well, I rolled badly, but I'm sort of like just going slowly behind.
Yeah. So like, there's this crack of wood. A cerulean wolf puts the foot down. You manage to dodge like the worst of it. You can definitely hear the creaks moving as you move through the house. But when cerulean wolf puts her foot on the lowest step, there's this noise that echoes throughout the house, like a gunshot almost. And like all this dust kind of falls down.
Doing? We're supposed to be silent.
Just like shrug.
So as you head up the stairs, let me just quickly scan. You head up these stairs, and every single one of them looks like it could give way under your weight. The banister is cracked and broken, so there's just these jutted, sharp, like stakes of wood pointing vertical. But let me just drag you to the second floor map. There you go.
Yeah.
So you'll be coming up these stairs here. Let me just make it a little bit more available, viewable to you as well. As you come upstairs, you see that there are, again, corridors shooting off to the left and right. And then there's this one going kind of here. So corridors going off to the left and right into what like a passageway that goes.
Wait a second, who's that?
Oh, sorry, that was me figuring out how big the map was. That's one of RC's tokens.
That's what I was like. I was like, I recognize it, but why are they here?
That was RC.
Is that an owlbear?
That was the magical girl, yeah.
But it was a cat with a lightsaber.
Trust me, it was crazy. It was probably
wild.
weird.
Yeah. I was just using it to figure out how big the map was.
Okay.
So you head up the stairs, you come to the top floor. Literally, now you're on the top floor. The floor here is even more damaged. There seems to be patches of damp in there where the wood is like sagging and, discoloured.
Okay.
And when you get to the top, who's going to the top step? The first is Lou, isn't it? Going to the top step first.
Yeah.
As you reach the top step, you've managed to dodge all these different like creaky floorboards pretty well. You've done an okay job, and you get to the top of the stairs. There's this ear-splitting scream that rends through the entire house. Sounds like 1,000 people screaming out in anguish that echoes through your head, that echoes up from the cellar below. Can everybody make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
God.
Oh no, I have advantage on wisdom saves. So I'm happy I had advantage.
Yeah. Oh,
I want to say
Oh.
decent.
Yeah, yours is about
you do
average.
pass Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
Sorry, Azalea rather. You're kind of midway up the stairs, so you feel this screech rattle up from the cellar of the house up to the top, and it fills your ears. And for the moment, you are terrified. And for the next hour, unless you're immune to the frightened condition,
Oh
you
my
have disadvantage
god.
on all abilities.
Disadvantage on all ability. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Everyone else, you just pause for a moment as this scream just slowly dies down.
What the hell was that?
I assume we have never
there's
heard
in
something
here
like
with
this
us.
before.
You actually may have heard something like that before. Like, you've heard people's death screams.
Okay.
And it's very
Oh.
reminiscent of that.
Oh. Wait, she said from the cellar?
Yeah.
From like below us?
Yeah, below,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Someone keep a watch. I'm
Something
going to
below us and above.
explore-
I think we should go, guys.
I'm just gonna like
No.
oh, I don't have my thing. I'm just gonna like gently like put hands on Azalea's shoulders and just say, just breathe slowly. It's stressful, I know, but we'll be okay. Okay?
Okay.
Just
Gaslight gatekeep girl
relax.
boss. Gaslight gatekeep girl boss. Okay, we go.
And I'm gonna sort of scooch and gently go around you, just like holding a hand out if you want to like hold my hand as we slowly keep going.
Yeah.
Perfect parent right there.
A small fucking child that is following their parent around 100% is taking it.
Yeah, so I sort of like
Are you taller than Wolf?
No, I think I'm shorter.
No, I think I'm slightly taller. So
Okay.
like I stow the sword, and just like hold out a hand to you as I just have the crossbow in front of me ready, just in case.
Don't arm your crossbow at me. What are you, insane?
I'm
Don't
not
you know
holding it at
crossbow
you. I'm
discipline?
holding it up in the air, you idiots. I'm not holding it at you.
Amateurs, all of you.
I'm going to shoot you in the back so badly.
Is that the door above me or is that the window?
That's a window.
Okay. Can I look through it or is it
door? Up above you is a window. Let me just reveal a little bit more of the map, so you can say, "Oh no, that's hide."
Yeah.
I want to be doing that. I want to reveal your mysteries to me.
out of the closet with this map?
There you go. I see my favourite things happening. The party is beginning to drift in different directions. So who's doing what?
I want to walk down the corridor and look and
I
see
wanna-
what's up this
You
corridor.
want to see down here?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This is what you see. You
Oh,
see
wow, there's so much to
more
this house.
corridors and more doors, and at
More
the
doors?
end of it, you see
No.
what looks like a wall.
The One Ring.
I am going to open the door.
I'm gonna like
under
turn.
me.
I'm gonna turn and stare at Laffy and just in her head, come back. don't split the party. That's never a good sign.
I just run back to them like, sorry.
Okay, so you're all together on this second floor of this house, or first floor rather, because we're not American. It's the first floor, and you are stood outside a door. The door itself is very old, damaged looking. It is for room 13, and that room is a... This door looks to be like a bedroom door. But if you had to guess what was behind this door, you would say a bed.
Well, let's not guess. Lou, open the door.
I'm going to check for the integrity of the door first, and then slowly try to pull it open.
Okay. Can you make an investigation or survival check, please?
Yes.
This
19.
door is okay. If you wanted to, you could kick it down, but it is not about to like collapse. It looks like it could be opened and used, but it is quite old and mouldering.
Yeah, I'm just going to open it enough to like get my eyes to like view the whole room.
Okay. So you open it up, and it is, as I say, a bedroom. What looks to be a guest bedroom. You see that this bedroom has no furniture whatsoever, but rubbish is scattered all over the floor, just like littered everywhere, with webs covering the walls and ceiling. From the doorway, you can see a glint of light in the fireplace from a small but highly reflective object, maybe a mirror or something like that.
I'm going to come in and try to grab that mirror slash luminescent stuff.
Okay, you walk in and you go bend down to pick it up, and you pick it up. Is this what's the best way to describe it? So, have you seen a glass fishing lure?
Oh,
It's kind of
sorry?
like a glass bubble with like a long tear tail on it. So it kind of looks like a glass teardrop. It's kind of about the size of like a house key. It's made of crystal, and you pick it up, and it's got this like nice weight to it, and you know it looks cool. It catches the light cool, and it feels nice and cold in your hands, like nice and cool in your hands, and it like you spin it between your fingers, and you're looking at it all sparkly. This is like the ultimate ADHD fidget spinner. It's like it's just so nice to hold, like not in a magical way. There's nothing magical about it. It just feels good. Like it has a nice tactile feel to it. And as you're examining that, let me just find one little thing, because swarming up out of the fireplace as you grab this item are some spiders.
Oh, this is fine.
This is not fine for me.
Yeah, so let me just find this out.
I'll be the parent.
In general, is it almost like that, James?
Fun?
In general, almost like that. That's why.
Kind of. Not instead of having the twist in it, it's straight and it's not quite as long.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of more like a Christmas tree decoration.
Okay.
So that
this is going to be Harold's like hug pillow, like straight up.
It's just a nice, cool thing to have. Like it's described as flat bottom crystal ore, pleasant to look at, and tactilely satisfying to hold.
I'm picturing like a mixture of that, like a glass fountain pen sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like.
But you are these spiders swarm out underneath you. So a 17 and a 22 to hit.
My AC is 13.
Okay, so you take 8 piercing damage, and then you take another 11. So you take 19 piercing damage.
Jesus Christ!
As these spiders, literally this.
I told you they were bad, and no one believes me.
I'm not talking 5 or 6 spiders. I'm talking like an avalanche of them just descend out of the fireplace, swarm over you, like get all over your face. You batting them off, and they absolutely bite the shit out of you.
I have to use green flame blade on my dagger to like try to ward them off of me.
Okay, so can you make either an intimidation check or animal handling check as you try to fight these things off?
No.
No. They
wait, I'm going to use. What was it? 2 hero points to make that into a success?
You can use one hero point.
One is a success, 2 is a nat 20.
Or you can use your advantage.
Oh, that's true.
Wait, but I thought my advantage was only 6 seconds.
Oh, that was the one from me, but they're not talking about that, yeah.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
No, you start every session with advantage, remember?
You have to get advantage on one thing.
Advantage.
6 points.
16. So you get this blade, you whip it up you, and the spiders fall off you and scuttle back up the chimney, and you're kind of like forced back down to the floor with these cuts and scratches all over your face, and the kind of the mocking, like knowing leer that you'd laid down on Cerulean Wolf when she'd been attacked by these weasels. Suddenly, you know how she feels.
Even though I find you annoying and I hate you, I sort of just run forward as you get attacked by the spiders and just sort of body block almost from the chimney with like weapon out, like just ready, like hold, like putting a hand behind me to help you up. Are you okay?
Don't patronize me.
Jesus fucking Christ. I walk off.
Can I catch one?
You can try.
Yeah.
I like to imagine that Harold has done like his best to defend me and just like grabbed one spider and like tried to wrangle it, but got bitten and is like
Like
soaking in my pocket.
WWE wrestling one
swarms
spider.
are thousands.
Yeah.
They're not big spiders. They're just like lots. Just imagine like, have you ever seen that video where someone like knocks a spider and it's just like
I've
a
done
wave
it.
of
I've
redback?
smacked a broom against a spider
Yes.
egg nest and millions have poured out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hellish. It's that thing, and these are all red, like the fantasy equivalent of like a redback.
Are they?
I have to take my headphones off for that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for?
No,
They're
don't
Black
worry.
Widows almost.
Great.
Like Black Widows.
Are they like aggressive?
They have now fled back up the chimney.
Did Azalea manage to catch one?
What check? is
Well,
she
I was
going
going to try persuading them, but if they've run away, I think it'll have to be Dex.
Well, they come out, and then Lou scared them off with her
Okay.
glowing blade, and they fled.
Yeah, I'll
So if
try
you
and
want
leap
to
at
catch
one, I
one,
guess.
you can like poke your head in the
Yeah.
chimney. Okay. So what check are you going to use to get these spiders to come into
Well-
your bottle?
I think, realistically, it would be acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, to try and dip my arm
That's
in and
like
like
death.
grab. No? Oh, wait, no, that's flip. Well,
I would say
I'm
sleight of
trying
hand
to understand
personally.
how the
but
acrobatics would incentivize.
oh, you
the
want no,
spider.
okay, no,
But I
you're
see
letting
what
me
you do.
incentivize. Then, in that case, then 100%, I'm either going persuasion or animal handling.
I would
Yeah,
go animal handling,
of course.
if that's okay.
This will be with disadvantage. Whoop. Okay.
15 is still pretty good. 15 is still pretty good, and with that, you do capture 2 of these spiders. They are not huge. They're about 3 centimeters. Like the body is about 2 centimeters, and then the legs are probably 3 centimeters. So like you can distinctively see like the markings and stuff. They're 2 individual spiders, one with a couple of like red speckles on the back, and one with a more kind of defined red mark on the back. They are in the jar. They're not wildly happy
Hey,
about it.
friends.
Okay, so I actually found the spell that I needed, the Speak with Animals spell.
Okay.
Am I allowed to cast it?
Yes, I will say that. Have you read the spell?
Oh yeah, it doesn't work under certain intelligence.
Yeah.
I don't know how smart
Mhm.
spiders are. I will guess not very.
Not very, they should all
Oh.
die. Sorry.
They're
No,
essential for an
they can make pretty
ecosystem.
cool houses.
I don't care.
I'm
arachnophobic,
arachnophobic
die.
as well.
Fuck all that I can.
Not bad thing though.
They have 1 intelligence. They
I
are
just-
not smart.
Alright, okay. I just wanted to know if they knew where the guy who lived here was.
They would almost certainly not know that. But saying that, as you look at these spiders, Laffy, you can turn into a spider.
Yeah, but I haven't. Oh, I won't have because I'm myself. I mean, I could. I don't know where they've gone. That's the
You would
problem.
know almost instinctively as well that you couldn't communicate with these creatures the same way you communicated with a horse. Like these spiders don't talk to each other. Like horses can communicate like emotions and stuff. Spiders do not have that capacity to do that.
Yeah,
Well, they
I'm
just
just
attack me like a
thinking-
horde, so you know.
I'm just thinking if I was to turn into a spider and then go where the spiders were going, I don't know what's up there.
all
when
you
I
would have to
get
do
there.
is follow the spiders.
You go there and there's actually like an anteater like secretly like in the chimney.
Yeah. Hmm.
But until you decide, Azalea has
Yeah.
2 spiders in the jar.
Woo!
Yeah, not a complete
Uh-huh.
washout. Hey, okay. And I think it's 11. We'll leave it there.